issues with that for like the last 2 weeks.
Worst part, he's lied every time.
Yeah.
I am gonna lie one day, so just be prepared for it.
Okay, and any lost footage will be on you, and then you will have the entire party like, oh, what about that cool moment? Sorry, didn't capture it.
I won't feel any shame for it because you guys are expecting it.
He'll have to reenact it.
Yeah, I will make you reenact every single scene.
3 hours of Nat just talking. Oh.
Yeah.
And then Conrad.
Yeah, and you will even speak the parts for Conrad. Like, you will do everything that is missed.
And that's when Corin took off his pants.
Mm-hmm. Okay, anyways, I almost forgot that the stream was going this whole time. I almost went into another rant. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to another week of exciting D&D fun. I just completely forgot what I was doing.
Intro?
Yeah, the intro. Sorry, I had to get something ready. Before I roll in today's session and intro, I would like to continue my awesome little credit / advertisement / sponsor. I don't know what to call it. Just, yeah, props. I want to give props out to two special groups of people. For tonight's session and every single session so far in this campaign and in the future. We have some amazing resources to use that I use for monsters, characters, tokens, buildings, things like that. Like basically everything that you guys will see on Roll20 is done by these two people that I use. It's great stuff, real cheap, great prices for everything, amazing libraries. For all the map assets, they were provided by Mythic Portal Games. They offer a wide variety of different themes and settings of maps, map pieces, like little ends and baubles and stuff like that. You get like 4 or 5 of these guys as packs, and you can pretty much build like a bulk majority of scenes. Great stuff, very affordable, $4.99 a pack for the settings and pieces. You can find them on Roll20 by searching for Mythic Portal Games. Or you can also find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Mythic Portal Games, all one word. Great stuff. And for the tokens for monsters, creatures, NPCs, the players themselves, all of those were assets from Devin Knight. Again, he offers a wide range of characters and monster tokens ranging from Little Gnome Wizards all the way up to Tiamat the Dragon Queen. And everything in between. He has a lot of different themed packs and heroes packs to help you like find what you're looking for. And you can find him at https //immortalknights.com. There's no www. You can find all his stuff also on Roll20 by looking up Devin Knight as well. Both of them offer amazing things, cheap prices, and they're just bundles of awesomeness. It really helps bring your world to life and really help, just have fun and engage while you're playing instead of just staring at a circle. Okay, that's all that. Okay, we'll go right into the intro. Last we left the heroes of the Onyx Circle. You guys were making your way to the forest. You guys had made your way to the forest. To the west of Latest. You guys were on a mission to assist your new ally Ruia to the site where you guys had the run-in with the undead, especially with the Minotaur in the forest. You guys made your way there after a run-in with Trevor, where you guys beat and killed him. Then you guys, while you were investigating the ruins, you guys came across some pretty creepy stuff, like a crazy monster, a T-Rex, a robot. And then you guys decided to go where they were coming from and see what the hell was going on. You guys had found a buttload of craziness, followed by a goat, a lion, and a black dragon being turned into a chimera. It immediately noticed you guys, and an amazing fight broke out. After destroying it whole-handedly and kicking its ass, you guys investigated a impact crater that was glowing green previously. You guys looked inside and found a strange rock, let's call it, that was humming with power. Quickly, you guys realized that this was a powerful artifact, and using it, you could kind of twist fate a little bit into your benefit. The stone was a jade icosahedron, or a jade 20-sided dice for any of you, not wanting to pay attention to the names of shapes. And after that, you guys started to make your way out of the forest back home, and you guys decided to camp out, where you guys had a run-in with a very enigmatic, or I know I pronounced that wrong, enigmatic entity. Not really sure what it was, because it came to you guys at night, and even though Roia could see in the night, she could only see a shadowy figure. At one point she did see wings, and he basically proceeded to call you guys out on different things, saying that, like putting a lot of question and doubts onto trusting each other, Latest, and all this other really bad stuff to just have weighing on your brain. And then immediately left, just leaving the party feeling kind of off and just kind of confused and worried. You guys had discussed like how shitty the situation of learning this information was. Very bad time. And I honestly forgot who recommended the share circle.
I think it was
Corin did.
Or Corin. Right?
Yeah, Corin did.
Corin, Conrad, whatever. You guys talked about Cletus says Sin. No, it was definitely not Sin. I know you guys were either way, the party had decided that to kind of get rid of some of the fear and lack of knowledge that you guys were threatened with not knowing a lot about the situation and the people you're around. It was recommended by someone to do a share circle, which Sin was like, begrudgingly was like, okay, well, I guess we're doing this, so who's first? And that's where we left off. So you guys are sitting around your campfire. It's in the middle of the night. It's a little chilly, so you guys, probably would have to move in a little bit closer to the fire to like really keep warm. But you guys, the entire party is awake, currently kind of awkwardly staring at each other, waiting to see who goes first in this wonderful share circle. And begin.
So Conrad would go, so who would like to go first?
An awkward pause falls over the area. The crackling of fire roars as everyone just stares at each other.
Well, I guess if there's no volunteers, I'll go first.
Well, we don't have everyone here. Till we have Daylock to do this?
I mean, it seems like the right time to do it right now. When Daylock, you can probably talk to Daylock separately.
And Sin kind of like hobbles up a little bit. He's like, and not to play devil's advocate, but I never really liked the Platinum Band, so like, do we know that we can trust him?
Can't say we do know for sure. But with this, at least we'll know we'll be able to trust each other.
I mean,
Go ahead, Gordon.
he's a nice guy, but just if he gets an order, who's he gonna act on? Us or the Onyx Circle?
You said us twice.
Us or the Onyx Circle, I said.
Yeah,
they're
we're the
the
Onyx
Platinum
Circle.
Band. You guys are the Onyx Circle.
Um,
So saying us in the Onyx Circle is like saying us, or Onyx Circle.
damn, these Onyx Circle guys really suck.
Yeah.
Complete
Listen to us or
Mood. That's a mood.
Anyway,
But you were saying, Corn?
Yep, he's probably gonna do what the
Platinum.
Platinum Bat is gonna tell him. Not what we are.
Platinum band, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, Sin's kind of nods. He's like, yeah, Corn's probably right. So, I mean, we can talk to him at another time. Let's just get this squashed out in the road. But before we start, there is something I would like to do.
Okay.
There is a ritual I could cast that will make it more difficult to lie and easier to detect lies.
Well, if this is going to be, honest, do we all agree to this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sure.
I just nod.
Kyle wants to do an inside Aurelia just real quick.
Okay.
Don't trust her.
He is going, or as Sin is getting some of this stuff ready, he does look towards his party like, this is kind of pricey, so could one of you guys chip in?
How much?
Well, it's 140.
I'll
Colin
chip in
gives
40.
him. Colin gives him 60.
Okay.
Considering
I'll
this
chip
was
in
my
40.
idea.
Yeah.
Like I say, how much was the rest? It need another 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll chip in the other 40.
She doesn't even
So-
know you guys is chipping in. Okay.
So wait, what did Conrad get for this insight roll?
Just give me a second. I gotta update some monies.
I did mine.
And delete some ritual stuff. Okay. Okay, what are you inciting?
So I just want to see if she's willingly going along with it, or it's more like, everybody else seems to, so I guess I'll go along.
I mean, she's still kind of, you correct me if I'm wrong, but she's still kind of like tightened up. Like she still has her hood kind of up. She still seems very reserved. So it is a little difficult to ascertain what she's like really going through right now. But for the most part, like she doesn't seem like too put off by this, but she's also like not like jumping at the gate to like, get into this. She just seems to be in quiet reserve.
Maria, I understand you kind of want to keep yourself, I guess, safe by hiding your face, but they all seen you. Least you can do is be comfortable.
Yeah, it's just like I've known you guys for about 72 hours or so, and now we're doing like this whole sharing circle thing. I haven't worked in such a large group. It's only been like me and one other person, so yeah.
I understand that, but I would like to, if I want to share my, life story, I'd like to actually see the person I'm sharing it with. Can I do like a diplomacy check, I guess?
For what?
Trying to convince her to take our hood off.
Sure.
Typical Conrad, convincing women to undress.
Oh!
Maria, despite seeing this tiefling just the other day turn into a devil and, the shock and the fear that came with that, he's pretty fucking charming. And he seems like a pretty sweet, nice guy. Everyone's been pretty supportive of you since you've been out and about. You had a pretty good, interaction with Corn and a bad one. Damus Ares has been real nice. So, still, the choice is still yours. But, there are, with his speech and, everything else, like, maybe you can lax a little bit around them. But the choice is yours.
I was gonna say I'll take a look around to make sure that like no one else is around and
Perception
looking.
check.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I mean, you hear an occasional bird. That's about it.
Yeah, he just kind of sighs and like nods her head and just like takes it down. She's still looking like down at the ground, like she's not
I figured.
comfortable with the whole thing, but yeah, hood's down.
Thank you, Roya.
And just about now, Sin finishes incanting some words, and he slaps his hands together, and his eyes kind of glow real quick for a moment, and he closes them, and they go back to normal. He's like, okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's
So
begin.
how does this work? Do you know when people are lying, or do we know when people are not
Oh,
lying?
I know. We'll get to that in a second, Corin.
All right, let's begin then.
Okay, let me roll for the results for that. Ooh, whoa. Okay.
By the way, Damon, just because I still have that die thing, do you mind calling out the rolls? Just at least the base roll, just so I know if people need help or not.
Oh, well, he rolled a 19 for his check.
Gotcha. Okay. Just for now on.
I mean, you could give him a 20, and then he would get a +4 bonus on that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, at least till the power's gone.
Yeah, don't worry. I will remember that.
Mhm.
But some things I will not call out the exact number. I will just call out for hit or miss.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay. So Sin's just kind of looking at all of you guys, and Damon Sayers just kind of sitting there happy. He's like, well, I mean, if no one wants to go, I can.
Well, Conrad said he was gonna go first. Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Did
He
you?
plops back down.
All right. Conrad just kind of sits down, gets comfortable. I'm like, okay.
Matt gives him a thumbs up, like, you got this.
Smiles a little. So I grew up in a little rural village called Timshell. You guys probably never heard of it.
The
And
Mysterious raises his hand.
yes, same with Harris.
I have.
He looks a bit like inside, I guess. Is he actually telling the truth? I'm gonna do inside roll. What?
Sure. He seems honest. Damon Sayers is a pretty straightforward dude.
You have?
Yeah, it's my herd never went down that far south, but it's a good distance south from where I'm actually from.
Well, it's as I'm not sure if you actually know, but it's a small village. Kind of in a wooded area, somewhat secluded.
I've never been there. I've heard about it a couple times.
Okay. But yeah, I grew up. I had two loving parents, David and Halia. They were my mom and dad, and they were both human. And when I was first, a baby, they were a bit, puzzled, tiefling child, all that. They went to the local leader, Redford. He's both our, village leader and our priest. We worship Palor. And he, said, there was, even though this child isn't this child has the same, capability to, be good or evil. And, it's up to you how you raise him. He was just a very good guy. And, life was good. My dad, he taught me everything I knew. Taught me about the land, all that stuff. He's kind of how I know everything I know, currently. He just kind of lifts his bow up a little bit. And, being a tiefling in an all-human village, it was weird. Sometimes you get a weird glance every now and then, but, it was fine for the most part, except for this one kid, the village leader's son, John. He hated me. Like, upright hated me. It wasn't long until the village leader died, He was an old man. It just kind of happened, but according to our village, the son of the leader is the one who takes charge after that. After that, and Conrad gets quiet a little bit. It started subtly at first. Just him preaching about, evilness in our midst. Just how we got to cast out devils that are among us. But it seemed like he was preaching against me, my family. And it just kind of got worse and worse till I was pretty much alone in my village. Our family was pretty much isolated from everyone else, hated even. Then he gets quiet again, and then he's kind of looking at the ground, and then he says, one night they came, just, as a mob. They're just, and he gets like, he's trying to like struggle for it, and he's like, they tried to take me. They did take my parents.
Feel something pushing against your neck.
He goes to feel it.
You see Agumon sitting on your shoulder, like kind of like right by your shoulder, just kind of like the biggest puppy eyes you've ever seen. He's just watching you intently as you're telling the story.
He just kind of looks at it, and then he continues. My parents covered my retreat, but they were taken out, beaten, dragged away, and just set on fire. The whole time they were shouting, Paylor. Paylor is great. He kind of like, kind of wipes his hands with his face, and like, it took me a long time to really try to let go of revenge. But ever since I come to Owless is a crazy place. I've had these weird, almost dreams even. And he kind of like points to, members of his party. He's like, Cletus and Nat, he points to, and he's like, I've had dreams of other people's lives. These two, for example. And lately, I had this dream of my parents getting murdered. That's when I changed. Like the past earlier today. I never actually saw the carnage that occurred. I was watching from the woods at the time, but just to see all those people constantly, chanting Paylor as my parents were suffering. I have doubts. I have doubts about my faith. And he just gets quiet after that.
Nat gives him a few pats on the leg.
Well, okay, well, he's telling the truth. Sucks, but he's telling the truth. So he just kind of looks down at the ground a little bit. Who's next?
I'll go. I mean, most of you kind of know everything about me all so far. Grew up rather peacefully on a farm with my parents. We were the only Minotaurs in the town, but no one really took any offense to us or singled us out. So me, my parents, my sister Olivia. Just growing up, I eventually met the guy who trained me. His name was Chow, and he taught me how to use a warhammer and the tomahawks. And eventually, after growing up, I moved out, went to a different village, just start my own homestead. and was there for a while. Had a lot of friends. People really liked me there. But stuff happened, and I got ousted from there and ran away. And
Sin
Sin
kind of raises his hand. He's like, can we, before we keep going, like, can we just try to keep the pronoun game to the minimum? I can tell if you're lying, but if you're kind of vague with things, it doesn't really help us.
Okay. Well, like I said, I ran away. And Elvis is where I ended up. I met you guys, and been getting along pretty well with you guys. Got my Hammer Bro demo series. Me and him kicking butt, smashing things.
And Sin kind of interjects again. He's like, but what was the stuff you were talking about? You said stuff happened. What stuff?
Well, I got framed for murder. I told you guys this.
Okay.
But Ruya doesn't know.
Okay. And what did you do after?
I ended up getting arrested, and eventually was on my way to be executed for murder. But I found a way to escape and ran.
Okay, because you've told us this story before, but this is the first time that I've had this ritual going to be able to discern if you were lying. So that's why I wanted you to be specific. Because as that, whatever the fuck we just faced, not 10, 15 minutes ago, it thrives on misinformation, lack of trust, and lack of information. So we can't really skip these parts right now.
Okay.
Sin just kind of looks around. So who's next?
Corin will daintily raise his hand. So, I once said I wasn't the greatest fan of humans. The reason for that is that I, while was still young, got kidnapped by one and sold to a circus as basically an entertainment slave. Kept in a small box when not performing, and got used to make money with only one person, the person who told me how to play the violin, actually being nice to me. Everyone else, let's say they cared more about money than anything else. One day, this circus kinda got what they deserved. They got attacked by a band of bandits for all the money they hoarded in the past, and most of them, pretty much all of them, as far as I know, got murdered, including the half-elf who taught me, bard magic. And that's when I ran away. At first, I was just wandering around, trying to make some money to try to get back home. And that's how I got to accept the quest. And that's how I ended up here.
It's home for you.
The Feywild.
So they captured you from the Feywild?
I ventured out with a few of my pals once, and that's when I got captured.
And in that moment, Corin, that memory seems fuzzy. And in your moment, as soon as you say that, you're like, wait a second, that's not right. And then when you try to think about it, it's lost.
I mean, at least that's what I think what happened. That part of my life is a bit fuzzy, considering it wasn't the greatest time.
Why is it fuzzy? I know that.
Sin's gonna roll an Arcana check to check. Ooh, that's not a good one.
What do you get?
He got a 5.
20 it.
Okay, natural 20. Sin kind of like grabs his chin beard and he looks over at you, Corn, and he's like, I've actually read about this. You said you're from the Feywild, correct?
Yeah.
A lot of entities, the first time you planar walk, there can be some weird effects. And what I've read is from the Feywild, a lot of people experience a loss of memory or false memories. Like people can lose track of their entire trip there.
So what you're saying is that all the good memories I had in the past with my family might not even be real?
Probably not all of them wouldn't be real, but I mean, mostly the ones related to the transition are usually the most effective. But I mean, it could go back. I mean, days, weeks, months, hours. Like I don't
can't
know.
even remember my parents.
I mean, you remember faint pieces of them right now. Like you can remember your mother, was very sweet, things like that. Your father was a very intelligent and regal man, very well liked. But yeah, like picking like specific stuff seems just kind of blurry.
Yep.
Like you get a general idea, like there was happiness, things like that. It's just when you're trying to fish for details, it's just a little weak. And Sin kind of looks at you. He's like, "Well, I know what that's like."
Yeah.
Sin kind of looks around the party. So, who wants to continue this wonderful ball of fun that we're having? And he looks over at you, Nat. And he's like, "Can I borrow your flask for a second?"
Sure. Just hands it.
He just takes a couple really big, deep, powerful swigs and hands it back. He's like, "Okay, who's next?"
Takes it back.
But you guys know, Corn was telling the truth, and Cletus.
Do you want to go, Sin, since you have a bit more?
Let's get everyone else while the spell's still going. It only has a few minutes on it.
Okay.
And Sin looks over at Ruia and Damasaries. Damasaries looks over at Ruia, and she's just kind of like sitting, staring at the ground. So he's like, "Oh, okay, well, let's save the best for last." And Damasaries stands up like a proud like student in class, about ready to do something at show and tell. And he just kind of smiles, and he's like, "I'm Damasaries. You guys all know me. Don't ask me how to spell it." So, I mean, I'll keep things simple but to the point. I grew up in a roaming herd. It was north of apparently where Conrad's from. We roamed the Deep Gold Ridge. Conrad, if you would like, go ahead and do a history check.
Yep. Yeah. Two.
Okay, it wasn't a super hard DC or anything like that. You have heard of the Deep Gold Ridge. It's a few days north of where your village was. Like, you know how you had the woods surrounding your village? Basically, past the woods to the north, like quite a few miles, there's another break where it kind of goes into like plains. It's also kind of a ridge area because like where the plain or the flat land in the middle, it's like surrounded by two mountain peaks. There is the Silver Spire Peak and Kragamar Mountains. Both are very large, massive, rocky areas, but in the center and then past that, it's basically just nothing but plains. You don't really know too much information about it, though you have possibly heard of a few things about the Silver Spire Peak. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. You remember hearing tale from a few villagers, that like if anything crazy happened in the village, there was always a backup. That like a few days north at the Silver Spire Peak, was a kind of, I wouldn't say mercenary, but like a free range order, religious order that was worshippers of Cord, and that they would help fight and protect places. Yeah.
So Kyle would kind of speak up and say, that area, it's kind of not too far away from my village.
Yeah,
Were
it
you... Sorry.
should be a few days travel south.
Were you on the... What was that again, Damon? The Silver Spire Mountain?
Yes.
Were you on Silver Spire Mountain?
Oh yeah, that's the order that I come from. I'll get to them.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about them as well.
Yeah,
Just a little bit,
they're
not too
good
much.
people. But anyways, yeah, my herd kind of roamed that area in between the mountains. We mostly kept to ourselves, living off the wilds. We occasionally had to deal with the the giants that roam around Kragamar Mountains. And like the Silver Spire Peak, like honestly didn't even know anything was up there because such a dangerous peak to get to from our side that we never really traveled up there. But my herd, it was the herd of the roaming beasts. My parents were Tyrus and Anthe. My father was a good guy. I think like he treated us well. He was a good person. But besides being raised by my parents, being a part of a herd, I was pretty much raised by everyone in the village. Everyone's kind of your uncle, your grandma. It's a real close knit group. And I did have one older brother, Grimar, a little shit. He was kind of an asshole. But, things were pretty okay. He kind of like sits and thinks. He's struggling to like understand what is important information and not. Like you see him like go to say something and like stop. And like, no, that's no. Like he's real struggling for this information giving segment.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Kyle, I was just going to say, I would just, if you're having trouble thinking of what to say, I would suggest just telling what you take away from your life passed away from LS. What's the thing that sticks in your mind?
Well, I mean, probably the decimation of my herd. Decimation. It's a fun word. Cat told me that one. That sucked. I was real young when that happened, and he kind of like goes kind of sad. We didn't really pick fights. There was an orc herd to the east of us, and like they were rowdy. They would attack villagers, travelers, and stuff like that. But my herd, we mostly scavenged from the land, and occasionally we would run into bandits or bad people or monsters. And like if they attacked us, we would wipe them out. But we didn't really have enemies. But it was one night, I was real young, and we were supposed to be going for like a big fishing trip that comes during that time of the season. But I went to bed kind of early, and I got woken up a few hours later. My mother and my brother was coming in to grab weapons, and they told me to stay in our hut, or our tent. And I'm a good boy, so I listened. And then the yelling started, and then the screams, and all the noise, and then my tent collapsed. And I wasn't as big as I was now. I was a small one. And I couldn't move. I was pinned down. I struggled for a while, and I was just too tired and too exhausted, and the weight of the tent just kind of kept me down, and I ended up passing out. I was woken up the next morning. There was a dwarf guy just standing over me, and he just had this look on his face that, you know, I'm not the smartest person, but I could tell his face was just, you're the last one. And you know, they brought me back. I was Dwarf and some of his buddies, good guys. You know, Graknar, Terranor, you know, good people. And Morgraine, he was the dwarf who found me, and you know, when they took me out of the tent and helped me towards Silver Spire Peak, first thing I saw was everyone was dead. Most of the tents were burnt down. All of my family and friends they were all dead. I don't know what attacked us, but you know, these guys showed up the next morning, and you know, they took me in. Made my way up to the Silver Spire Peak. I joined the Order of the Shield. You know, Morgren took me under his wing and trained me and tried to teach me a lot of things, but you know, I struggle with some things. And I tried to be a good guy, but you know, sometimes when I get in the heat of battle, sometimes I don't know, I just kind of blank out a little bit. You know, I start hitting, and sometimes I just can't stop. And that caused problems in the order, and you know, because I couldn't, you know, like a lot of the books and stuff that they had to teach us, and I couldn't read, and they really struggled to teach me a lot. So I became kind of a black sheep of the order a little bit. You know, a lot of people didn't want to talk to me or, you know, deal with me. No one wanted to train with me because they were afraid I would hurt them. And, you know, one day I was overhearing that, you know, I was going to be, you know, really brought into the centerfold of the order because, you know, I was waiting, and once you reach a certain age or, you know, certain time in the order, you can be promoted. And, you know, I overheard, you know, Morgan and a few of the others saying that, you know, they were worried about, you know, promoting me or giving me the next highest rank because, you know, it would be a lot of responsibility and a lot of stuff that they said that, you know, I probably wouldn't be able to do right because, you know, what if I hit someone too hard, or what if I accidentally kill someone, or what if I need to research something and I can't read it, or I don't know. I mean, you know, because once I heard that they weren't going to promote me, I kind of ran out of there. But, you know, then I was going through one of the arms rooms and I saw a flyer on the wall, which was weird because, you know, we never really had stuff like that around the order. And so I asked someone who was passing by what that was, and they told me what it was, and it was a flyer for a request to my order to send assistance to Elois. So I figured, you know, if I was going to get promoted, you know, I'd have to show them that I could do stuff. So I left, and I made my way here. And Sin just kind of looks up like, Jesus Christ, do any of us still have parents left?
Mine are still alive.
I mean, are they, Cletus? Are they?
That I know of.
Okay, but I mean, Big Dummy's telling the truth. He cannot read. And he looks over, I was like, oh, I just realized, like, Nat hadn't gone either.
I wanted to give Damasaries a hug.
Oh, you give him a hug?
Yeah.
Okay. He accepts it. And afterwards, he kind of plops down just back as his bedroll.
Ned holds out the flask, wondering if anybody wants some.
Kara will take it.
She happily hands it to you.
And Damasaries raises his hand.
Corn sticks some weird berry in his mouth.
What's up, Damasaries?
Oh, I wanted some too.
Oh, okay. He tosses it over to him.
Okay, you guys watch as he just holds it above his head and just it almost like it's cartoonish with how much he chugs all at once, and he literally like he doesn't put his mouth on the flask. He literally holds it above his head like a couple inches, so it's just the constant pour of booze going down this man's throat. And just like when it's like, oh, then it's like, he's going for a while, and it's like, oh, he's going for a while, like, ugh, like, ooh, like this is starting to get a little scary. And then as soon as like when you're about ready to like want to be like, hey, that's enough, he stops. He's like, okay, and he hands it back.
All right, Conrad, gives his net, sir. Do you want to go net?
Yeah. Okay. She seems a bit nervous.
Conrad just kind of pats her on the back. It's okay. You're among friends here.
Well, I'm from a village called Lore. It's a fair distance away. I certainly did travel a long way to get here. I did mention a bit about myself to you guys before. I was adopted, which she knows to Conrad because he kind of mentioned to him before.
Mm-hmm.
But I never said, how many times I was adopted. It felt like the town felt like a herd. Just to try to put it in a perspective for Demosaries. People were always trying to look out for each other, and I was passed to many families many times. 3 times. I heard my mother died giving birth to me, and I don't know what happened to my father. Yeah, it's a shame. I definitely would have loved to get to know them. But as I was getting passed along from family to family, they just really couldn't seem to handle me. They gave me lots of chances. I tried to help with their chores, but I would always end up, burning their possessions down. Possibly, accidentally, or on purpose. She openly admits that.
Okay, there we go. Because you were lying for a second there.
Nah, and that's pretty straightforward. So,
No, that's what Sim was saying. Because you started to say it, and then you were like, "Oh, what? No."
She'll admit it, but she'd be
so
like,
it was twinging the bells with the ritual going. Like, wait a second, kind of beating around the truth here a little bit.
No. They were all very very unsure of me. They maybe they couldn't tell what I was. Maybe they thought I was a gnome or a dwarf. And they thought I was kind of weird because of my unnaturally red hair. And it didn't feel nice to get put from one family to another. I just thought my whole life was gonna be like that until I was adopted by a very nice tiefling woman named Liera Sundergaard, but I just like to call her Lele. When she took me in, I thought I was just gonna get tossed out like the rest, but they actually kept me around, and I was rather surprised, like really surprised. I thought any day now they'd probably kick me out too. And I kept telling them that a lot. I would even fight with Lele about it. And I just seemed so certain it would happen. But it didn't. And I was so happy about that. It took me a while to get used to, but I was certainly happy about it. She had this son and two daughters.
She drools a little bit when she says and a son. Just a little bit, like just the tiniest bit of drool.
Why did she wipe it off? I got to know them, and the fact that they didn't hate me or anything. They just treated me like a normal person. And when her son Loire said he also didn't mind, but he would just give me the occasional glances. But after it's about 2 years, I kind of fell in love with it. And she starts rolling again. I never really had friends before, or family, and she gets like a little blushy and stuff, and trying to share all this, and I was actually pretty happy with it. She was more accepting of my natural abilities, and she points to the hands, because I was actually born with this magic, which I have mentioned before. Stick with me here. I'm like I'm not terrible at explaining. Well,
In character.
yeah. Both. Yes, both. L character and in character. Well, I won't go into detail about how the twins were born, but let's just say Loire wasn't entirely enthused about it. And when the kids were born, I was very happy. Something. Me became a we, because we were pretty much a family. Well, a family now, of our own. And my daughter's name is Rita, and my son's name is LJ. Pretty much Junior, pretty much. Things are pretty good. I said that? Oh, how do you spell it? Yeah, he called it. And out of all the people who were the happiest with me, I'd say it'd be my kids. Because Lore was a rather safe town, and when you just have magical fire just shooting out of your hands, I mean, what are you gonna do with it? They tried taking me out hunting, but I would always end up burning, like setting the animals on fire, and I tried a lot of things, but the only ones who seemed to get a joy out of it were my kids. And one day, we were playing Knights and Dragons. You can kind of guess who the dragon was. We were just playing outside, and people were people around were giving me looks, but my daughter told me that they were just jealous, and that was the happiest day of my life. And I thought everything was going good, and I accidentally burned the hands of my son. And I didn't really mean to. It just happened. But of course, when people heard the screams of, agonizing screams of a child, they got pretty scared. And they thought I kind of went too far. So they were trying to decide what to do with me. And I was pretty scared. I don't know if they were going to kick me out or separate me from them, or they pretty much told me that I had to learn to control this magic. And I honestly couldn't refuse, because they said if I didn't, they were going to take my children away. So I had to do one of the things I hated most. Study. She kind of gets sad about that. And I did. And my teacher was a gnome named Kibler Dobahan. The guy tried to be nice, but and she looks at Sin. Sin just reminds her of him a lot.
How so? We're both charming, sexy, and gods in the sack.
The face she's
Damn,
making.
I wish I could tell if the Y thing was going off.
I mean, he knows, but we don't.
Nat doesn't even answer that, but she gives the Excalibur face. Ugh. And he pretty much made me put the collar on. And I didn't know what the collar did. It was just something that he just happened to have. Out of character, it was something that my family had, right?
Oh, the collar?
Yeah.
It was something that he had.
Something he had. Okay.
Yeah.
I
He
don't
really didn't say much about it. He was just like, oh, we could try this.
He tried to use the collar to help me, and I didn't know if it was working or not at first. Didn't know what it did, but every time I tried to cast fire, it just wouldn't work. And you guys have seen that happen before, and she nudges to the onyx circle.
Coward nods.
But
He shrugs his shoulders. He has no fucking clue what you're talking about.
who shrugs their shoulders? Wait, who?
He's seen you do this stuff. It's just he can't make the connection of your actions with the collar, with the magic. Like, it's just too much for him. So he just shrugs his shoulders.
Fair
He
enough.
has no fucking clue what you're talking about.
And yeah, for my kids, I studied this magic. It was so incredibly boring. probably the most unfun, few years of my life. To be honest, I didn't really want to be a magic user, but it just happened. I never really had time to learn anything else because of my kids, and the magic was just there. It just stuck with me. And
Kids have it.
wait, are you saying my kids have it?
No, Sin's looking at you. He's asking, like, do your kids have it?
Oh gosh, I honestly don't know. If I was like 4 when I started spitting fire out of my hands.
Well, how old are your kids?
5.
So, have you seen anything?
I think if
The answer's no.
no, but if it does happen, I'm sure I would get a letter about it. That's what she says to Sin.
Well, it's just strange. Usually, children tend to manifest similar powers when it comes to sorcery. It's usually from a bloodline, heritage, or something else. So, it's weird to not see it happen with your kids.
Well, they are twins, so either one. If what you're saying is true, then either one of them has it, or they both have it, and that is a pretty scary thought, to be perfectly honest. Okay, Nath kind of terrified now.
Tyra just kind of pats her on the shoulder.
I mean, there's no guarantee. It's just, it's usually highly likely.
That is not a happy thought.
Especially with the power that I've seen you display.
Yeah, no, Corn, but it's still a scary thought.
Sin.
No, Corn says that's not how twins work. But if they did, they're in good hands, because if Lyra can handle me, then she can probably handle them too. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it, but I would definitely try my best. I am gonna get back to the actual telling, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's what Sim was kind of like. He's like, he's kind of like giving you the kind of hurry it up a little bit.
I gotcha.
Yeah, he only has so much time on his ritual.
Darn, I was gonna wear out the ritual, but after the training was done, I found out that about 2 months after that, I found out that Loire left without a trace, and he didn't leave a letter or anything. He just left me. He left me there with his sisters, his mother, and his 2 kids. I was rather devastated. It felt like the fire inside of me got it felt like someone put out the fire inside of me, and I was quite depressed about it. And I was crying there for a month. And after that month, Liera told me I should go find him. And I was rather hesitant about the idea at first, because I didn't want to leave the kids behind. But it felt like the right thing to do. And I honestly didn't hesitate to go out and look for him. I honestly didn't expect to be an adventurer. I honestly didn't expect to go out this far, but I tracked him here. And that's honestly how I got here. Oh, and my actual name is Naturia Ashbourne. I just like going by Natalie. That's it. She like twiddles her thumbs like there.
Sin kind of looks over. He's like, and and you did know nothing about the collar or what was inside of it.
When you guys told me that I exploded with fire, turned into, not even turned into. But
Okay, I know what happened. I was there, but did you know about it?
No.
Okay, and did you know that would happen?
No.
Okay, and for you, Conrad, real quick, what we saw on display before in the dreams, that has never happened to you before?
Which part?
Both.
There's been a lot of dreams. I was asking out of character as well.
Well, no, he's just asking you, like, the dreams that you've had.
Okay. What is he asking? Out of character again. Time out. What exactly is he asking?
Jesus Christ. He's
You just said the
asking.
display. That's all. That was
He's
kinda...
asking if you've ever done that before, you've ever experienced anything like what you've experienced, turning into a devil in the dreams.
No, this hasn't happened before. Just since I came to Ellis, this has happened.
Okay, he nods. And Daemis kind of sits up and looks at you, Nat. He's like, "Oh, don't worry. This, my dad, he told me that sometimes men in their life need to take a journey. And that was a big part of our herd is every once in a while, like someone who was without a wife or family, they would journey out and, sometimes they would come back. So maybe he just needed to take a man's journey. And he knew that, you and his mother were there to take care of the kids. So, maybe he just needed to do this for himself. So I wouldn't feel too bad about that."
You could have told me. I was so worried, and then she like gets like really like sad, and I just wanted my kids, to have something that I didn't have, a dad. She tears up a bit, like
Dad with such a sweet ass. There's a tear and a drool mark going down her face at the same time.
she's trying to be sad about it, but yeah. I know you heard of this. I know you were told what you told me what happened about the what happened.
The flamey boom boom.
Yes, but I didn't tell Ruria. So, well, you guys actually saw it happen. So why didn't you guys just tell her?
Sin's like, oh well, we can talk about that later. So before the spell runs out, new girl, you with the pointy ears, go.
Before she talks, Nat takes like a big swig of her flask. Go.
Yeah, she's just gonna go to her backpack first and like get her book out and her holy symbol and just hold it and focus on it. This is like where to begin? Ah, dear. So one of the first questions you asked me was if I'm from Eloris. Putting it bluntly, I have no idea. I mean, I lived here most of my life. But in terms of what happened when I was young, I don't have a clue. I really don't. She like starts getting weepy, but she's trying to hug a book, like hugging it tighter and tighter. I mentioned I've only been with one other person. That would have been Bardem. He's human. He told me about the Raven Queen, about how death comes to everyone, and it's not picky. No, it will come to the good, it will come to the bad, but eventually it will come for everyone. He told me pretty much everything I knew since he found me. I mean, there's not much I can say. I don't
live in
know.
Elvis.
Yeah, I live on Einkrad Farm. father's the gravekeeper there, so I mean, that's why that shadowy being probably said I smell like death. I mean, I lived on a graveyard pretty much for most of my life. You know, come to the territory and all that. So, yeah. And she's like trying to think really hard of what to say, but she's not entirely sure.
What was the guy's name that found you?
Bardim. Bardim Coldrifter. So, at least I think he found me. I woke up in his house, and he was tending to my wounds at the time. He asked me where I was from, what my name was, and I couldn't reply. The name that you know me by, that's not my true name. I don't know what it is. I asked him where it came from, like the name he gave me, but he hasn't told me yet. He kept saying he would, but he never did. So yeah, if you go, I don't know, a drow come up to me and start calling me some other random name, I don't know it. I don't recognize it.
Is Barton the one who told you to hide your face?
Yeah. So, when you're like the only drow in your village, and the war priest has pretty much told you ever since ever since training started, that drow were bad and evil, but I'm okay because I don't remember my past. Yeah, it was better, to avoid tension is just to hide my face a lot.
Humans are
Especially-
racist assholes.
They really are. Conrad just nods.
Sorry, Demisirus, you're special.
Also nods.
As I living so close to the main city as well. I mean, do you guys know Bator? Tora?
Heard of it.
We heard of it.
Yeah. From what Bardim told me, it's a city of drow and the city of evil. For all I know, I could be from there. For all I know, I've done bad things in the past, but I don't know.
I mean, you were a kid, right?
Well, yeah. But
So,
that doesn't
I
mean my family were bad. My family could have easily been bad.
I mean, how old were you when he found you?
About 8.
I mean, kind of hard to get into that much serious mischief at 8 years old.
You'd be surprised, Nat says.
Stin shrugs his shoulders. He's like, then you don't understand drow culture. If she is from a drow community, I mean, she could have murdered her first slave before she even reached 5.
Yeah. And that's the terrifying thing. If I find out what my original family was like, and that turned out to be torturous slaver people, I don't know whether I should be happy with joy of seeing them again or run away in fear. Yeah.
Do you want to do those kind of things that I've heard drow do?
No.
Conrad
No, I
looks at
don't.
Sin real quick.
Sin looks like he's about ready to fall asleep. He doesn't even notice that you're looking at him.
No falling asleep, Sid. You still need to share.
Okay, sorry, I'm just tired. A lot of magic I'm running. Okay, yeah, she's telling the truth. But Jesus, like, are we just bunch of bunch of assholes with no parents and no memories? Like, Jesus Christ.
We're certainly unfortunate, I'll say that much.
I will say this, though. As much as I have no memory, I have dreams of what I think might be my family. I mean, I don't know. I can never see their faces. I don't know their names. I don't know what they sound like. But a couple of them are just nice. They're like what I always imagine a family to be, sitting in a room. I imagine what would be a father sitting on his armchair next to 2 kids. I'm sitting with a female and she's patting my head. It was nice. It didn't seem bad at all. It seemed just nice.
Nat's daydream about her and The Wire doing stuff like that. She's like, someday.
That's it. I thought it's funny. After you said, daydream on the wire, I'm like, uh-oh.
Don't worry, Conrad. You weren't the only one who jumped to that one.
Yeah.
I heard I am daydreaming about Low-Ire doing.
No.
That's all I had to hear before I started giggling in the back of my brain.
Exactly. I was like, oh.
Damn it.
So
But,
if you were 8 when you were found, how old are you now?
24. I've lived, at the very least I know I lived on Elois for most of my life.
Cool.
Just stayed indoors a lot.
You're the same age as me.
Cool.
Let me ask you a question real quick, Roya.
Okay.
What do you think of us?
Sid giggles. He's like, remember, I'll know if you're lying.
She's thinking long and hard how to say this in the nicest way possible. I mean, to be frank, you guys were terrifying. Like, as I said, I've only been with, as much as I can remember, I've only been with Barden, so just being in a large group like this is terrifying. And then, I don't mean to pry, but when you're talking loudly about having a hellhound in your house, I'm like, yeah. Barden told me about those, that they're not exactly, say, the nicest of creatures, but I can't exactly judge on that.
Well, when we took him in, we saw a hurt puppy in the rain, so what would you have done? Not
She-
knowing what it is.
I nodded there. She's like, yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from. And she's just like looking at her hands and then fiddling with her hair. And it's like, and then, well, that Trevor guy came up and because she looks in her like, you punched him and now he wants to murder everyone, me included. I mean, this is my first actual job as a cleric of the Raven Queen, and I'm gonna be killed on my first day is what I was thinking. I was honestly thinking this was the worst first day of a job.
Honestly,
Besides, you didn't die.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, you guys seem alright. I don't know, it's just hard to figure people out when they're so... what's the word?
Weird.
Kind of been a shitstorm of first impressions from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the first big job we got, actually 2 of us got killed, so...
You're just gonna look like wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Right, yeah. I'm expecting more, like, bad things to happen. And she's just, like, chuckling to herself.
Sim kind of like smiles. She's like, yeah, if Daylock dies again, he gets a free ice cream cone.
as long as Rory doesn't poke him with the stick.
I won't poke you guys with my stick.
Yeah, please don't do that.
That's definitely not the Daylock.
Can I poke you with my stick?
No.
Just thinking it, wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. Expect the worst, and when the worst doesn't happen, then you'll be relieved.
Good thing to live by.
Okay, now since you guys are all done sharing, okay, now my spell has run out. And as a DM, I kind of stretch the time anyways. So if you guys want this cast again to know if I'm telling the truth or not, it's going to be another 140 gold. Or you guys could just take my word for it.
I mean, if you're the one casting it, you would know if you're telling the truth. So, kind of redundant.
No, I can cast it on someone else.
Ah.
I can only cast it on one person, though.
I'm pretty good at reading people. So.
Okay, well, I will just start from the beginning then. I don't know jack shit. I woke up, okay? I was almost butt-ass naked, and all I had was this. And he kind of reaches into his robes, and he pulls out a little necklace. And he's like, I had this on my neck, and this little asshole, he points to Agumon. Just kind of sitting there with me. I was found by some... What were you saying?
And he doesn't remember anything?
Do you ask that in person?
Yep.
No, I don't fucking remember shit.
No,
but
I
was
mean-
getting to that. Oh, this little asshole? No, like,
Yep.
he's all fucked up.
Okay, so it's the usual.
But anyways, before I was rudely interrupted, some people found me, took me in, nursed me, la-di-da-di-do. And I started going around trying to figure out a way to, try to get my memories back. And someone pointed out in the local kingdom that I found myself in, there was the Haleth Academy, basically Arcana school, and so I headed up there. Made my way there, started asking around a few questions, trying to figure some shit out. They couldn't help me, but while I was there, I noticed that I was pretty smart and clever, and I picked up on stuff pretty quickly. And the guy I was working with, the headmaster, he noticed it too, so he offered me a chance to go there. But, didn't have a lot of fucking money, so I ended up having to work at a tavern. Pretty shit, though, I'm kind of small, so most people didn't even fucking see me, so that's good. And then, studied there, learned how to be awesome like I am, and then I saw the flyer and I came to Elois.
Can I do an inside check on everything that he said that is the truth?
Yes.
I was about to do the same thing, yeah.
You may, if you are trained in insight, you may assist her.
I'm not
Yeah.
trained in insight.
Okay, then no.
I was just going to do it on my own.
Okay. You get the sense that what he has said is truthful, but you have a feeling that he's glossing over some stuff that could be embarrassed about, or kind of shying away from a little bit, but being truthful.
Yeah. She just nods.
Okay. Conrad just says, he just simply says okay. He doesn't say anything more.
So, in short, we've either all lost our parents or we've all got amnesia.
Unless you're Cletus,
Well, yeah.
you're just like, normal and boring. Who wants that?
Yeah, because my life was so normal.
And when is Sin not naked?
You look over and he's naked.
Oh, come on.
Close back on Sin.
Nope. Going to sleep like this.
Then go to sleep.
No, we're
Yeah.
sharing. As he stands there like in a Superman pose.
Okay.
The last time you did it was because the Shadow Man was watching you. The Shadow Man was there. What'd you do this? What did you do that time? You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I avert my gaze.
Ray, you look slightly to your left, and you just got like the
No.
dangly bits of a.
No,
No.
she's not looking to her left. She's not going back into a 10.
I'm going to bed too, guys. It's been a long night.
Good call, Ruya.
Purposely avoiding all eye contact.
You guys are no fun. He snaps his fingers, and his robes are back.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even really naked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want, I can get fully naked, Cletus.
No thanks.
Are you sure? You seem very doubtful of the nakedness.
Go to bed, Sin.
He
Save it.
starts to walk over towards you.
Save it when the Shadow Man is watching. That's it. That goes into a 10.
You take 5 fire damage.
I'm not in the fire. I can't move my token right.
Okay, since I guess we'll go to bed. So who was the watch again?
I was on watch.
I think it was Ruya and Nat at the last half.
No, it was. Yeah.
Okay, well, who's gonna take the third watch? Let's just deal with that.
Well, that was the third watch, Ruya and Nat, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you guys want me to come out, I can tell you if Shadow Man turns up again.
Okay, I'm going to bed. And Sin just ducks right in his tent.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kyler's already in his tent.
Davis Aries is laying on his bedroll like a schoolgirl with his hands like in his palms.
I'm in my tent.
No, you're not. You're in Rui's tent.
I know, but I can't move my token right.
So you spend the night in Ruya's tent?
I'm in my tent.
That's Ted. That's Ted. Get out of there, Natsis.
I just figured I'd move around to different tents. Like, he doesn't know. He can't move his tent. Fuck, let's throw 3 in there.
Easy, Cletus. There's only room for 2.
Yeah, you get a horn somewhere where you really don't want it.
Good night.
Okay, can I get perception checks on the 2 people who are staying awake?
Yep.
I see
Nice.
everything.
I see not as everything.
Okay, it is a very calm evening. Chilly, a little cold. You guys gotta, continue to stick kind of close to the fire if, you're not all bundled up. But the night passes uneventful, and the morning begins to creep over the horizon. The extended rest has finished, so you guys get all your shit back. And you're back up to full HP and all that other good jazz.
Yay. Also, Conrad loses his die power.
Yes, you do.
Damn it, now you can't die anymore.
Do you mind if we take a little break here? I'm just going to ask that.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Awesome.
That was a good share circle, guys. And next week's session, we will talk about our feelings. Who hurt you?
No, somebody's gonna be catching some fists.
I know you guys are so excited to get to the fighting tournament.
Gotta unleash some of this frustration.
I'm telling you right now, we will not get to it tonight.
The person who's terrible at explaining has to explain the whole backstory. Like, come on.
I mean, technically, you didn't have to explain anything. You guys all volunteered all that information.
Yep.
No, it's fine.
I'm back.
Guess who's back? Corin's back again. Tell a friend. Guess
I
who's
don't have friends.
No, in that song, technically, you're back. So when people see that you're back, they tell you they're friends.
Ah, so they don't
Yeah.
get close to me because... No, makes
I
sense.
don't know. Sure, why not?
So, do we get our new abilities now that we've taken a long rest?
Yeah. We'll get to that once everyone's back.
I didn't get a long
Okay.
rest.
Yeah, you did.
Did
Now I
I?
can...
Emotionally, I don't feel like I got a long rest.
Now I can finally cast Meteor and kill the Demon Lord.
Jet that meteor on Amix and see if he dies.
Yeah, let's
I mean,
drop
that's
the
right
ball
there,
of
though.
fire on the
Meteors
man-made
don't
fire.
have to be fire. They are mostly ice. Usually, only when they enter the atmosphere they become fiery. So if I spawn it right above him, it's gonna be an icy meteor.
Okay. No, there's no spell like that, right?
But you said we could home rule it, house rule it.
Yeah, translocation, but not that size. If you dropped something in the translocation size department, it would not kill him.
I think more importantly, if we drop an asteroid on someone, it'll probably end up destroying life as we know it.
No, it depends on the size. And honestly, if you're just dropping it from like 50 feet up in the air, I mean, it could be a pretty good size and it still ain't gonna do shit.
It's gonna be the size of North Carolina.
Yeah, that's a little bit outside of the translocation scope.
That's why I first used shrink on it.
Okay, there are specific rules on shrink.
I know there are multiple reasons why this doesn't work,
Yeah,
but it would be fun.
I mean, really? Such an
No.
awesome encounter and you want to drop a rock on it?
But it's a really, really big rock. I'm gonna shrink.
It's like DM spawns monster, rocks fall, players win.
Also, worst part, even if I shrink the rock, it would still have the same weight.
Yeah, so how the
And-
fuck would you move it around?
I don't think that's gonna be the problem. The problem is more gonna be...
And you gotta think, that much mass shrunken down to that size, like, it could potentially create a black
Yeah.
hole.
That's what I meant. That's gonna be the problem, not the heaviness and stuff.
Black hole, campaign's ended.
It's like, hey guys, Mix is dead, but, so is everyone else.
But I took Black Hole Resistance 5.
Yeah, too bad it did 1,000 damage.
Damn it!
So you only took 995.
That's
Question: would you die all at the same time?
No, you technically don't die all at once, you guys become a singularity.
We get all sucked in.
Yeah, you all get sucked off. So where, we don't know.
That's not
We'll do
what I
the
wanted.
we'll do the third floor, trip later.
We'll do the sucking off later.
I'm confused. I thought Dungeons and Dragons was like magic and fantasy, not space science.
I mean,
That's a different genre.
no, technically it can be whatever you want. I
I
can
mean-
show you where in 4E lore you can get a laser rifle.
I mean, mind flayers. They're basically aliens.
Yeah. All the shit from the Far Realms is basically aliens.
You're alien.
I'm
Well-
from a point of view, yeah.
If
all
you're
are.
from the moon, we're aliens. And
Alien
I
doesn't
mean-
necessarily mean different planet either. You could be on the same planet and still be alien to someone else.
Yeah.
I've actually got like 10 tentacles. So you'd call me alien.
I'm back.
You know, it's weird because humans actually do have a tentacle. We just don't like to discuss it.
No, I'm kidding.
It's not difficult to find either. You just gotta open up your mouth.
The background fire really underlines the way that nobody wants to talk about this.
David, can you undo the thing with that you did for the distance?
Huh?
The thing we had the class on today, can you undo it for Cletus because it's not working and it
it's
fucks
just
up
part
my
of roll
thing?
20. It's
Hmm.
nothing I can undo.
I'm back.
Damn it, Damon, start updating Roll 20 again.
I mean, can you just try dropping off and joining back up?
Oh, it fixed itself, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it
think
was.
Cletus is going a little crazy.
Do you mean regular kind of crazy or current kinds of crazy?
No, never mind. Anyways, so you guys are all back?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear a no, so we're gonna continue. Okay.
Wait.
So you guys begin to wake up in the morning. It's crack of dawn, and you guys feel strong. You guys feel great. You guys feel pretty good today. It's a little chilly.
Cameron just kind of gets up, stretches, and starts on disassembling his tent.
Emotionally, not much, but physically, yes.
He just throws Corin away from him who was sleeping on his chest.
Corin, time to get up.
I noticed, he says, rubbing his head.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Hello.
Morning, Maria.
Sim begrudgingly gets out of his tent. He's like, "Oh, we're not gonna share again, are we?"
Only if you want to.
Only if we're all naked.
One of those I can get behind. The other one, not so much.
So, no.
I mean, so yes. I mean, I think I got a couple spells to help with that.
Let's get going. Cameron just.
Yeah, we're always gonna put a hood back up.
Okay. You guys spend the next little while going through and eating, setting up or getting your tent packed up, getting all your stuff ready to go. Takes about a good hour and a half. But you guys are awake. The sun's pretty good over the horizon. It's still very early morning, but you guys are ready to go.
Does Cletus notice the drawing on his tent
Yeah.
yet?
Cletus, while you're packing up your tent, you notice some drawing, and you do got to stretch it out after you've collapsed it to see what it is. But there's a giant dick on your tent.
It's a very exquisite dick as well.
It's a very well drawn dick. Like, it is superb.
Hey guys, everybody look! Cletus likes handling dick!
Cameron Snickers.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Corn,
This is what I
I don't know when. You don't know when, Corn, but I will get you back.
I
You
mean,
gotta
we're not going
you
to
gotta
judge.
give him props though, Cletus, as you're looking at the dick. You're like, that is a pretty good dick.
I mean, we're not going to judge, please. We all have our own dislikes.
And I didn't mean that's a pretty good dick like you like dick. It was just a very well drawn dick. I just wanted
I
to
know.
clear that.
But I will get you back, Corn.
If I got $1 every time someone said that, I'd be a millionaire. Also, what the fuck is $1? I'm
I
having
know,
some
Corin.
weird
You're
brain
the one who said
problems.
that.
I'm having some weird brain problems right now. Huh.
This is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with every day, Maria.
Oh God, he collects doll hairs. Sorry, if that wasn't clear. Sin goes, oh my God, he collects doll hairs.
Is Corn intimidated? I was trying to intimidate him.
It matches.
But meets it beats it, I believe so, right, Damon?
Yeah, it's mild intimidation. You get the sense that, like, he's serious, but you're not, like, quaking in your boots.
The dick slowly fades away.
The dick fades away. I didn't know if I needed to narrate that.
Might as well.
So Cletus,
Alright,
your
so-
tent is now dickless.
Just the tent, not you.
Well, I said tent.
Well, until the day that Richard finally stays over.
Okay, so you guys, what are you doing?
Let's head out.
Okay. You guys start making your way towards the test. Takes a few hours. Like you didn't make it too far out of the forest, but you guys eventually. You guys want to do anything on the way there?
So one thing I kind of want standing. Once we get in that mile radius, Kara's gonna contact Daylock over there.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a while.
All right, just let you know that.
Corn, did you want to talk about something to someone?
Corn will catch up to Sin and start talking about this stuff.
Okay. Well, he backs away from the party. You guys watch as Sin and Corn breaks away from the party just a little bit. And they start discussing something in secret. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Surprisingly enough, you guys can't hear them. They did go away. They were being quiet, and even though he rolled a 1, it's still a 15. So even with the minuses, actually no, Sin's just gonna re-roll for you.
I was about to say because I can beat that with my passive perception.
Yeah.
Okay, that becomes a 15 instead.
Okay,
yeah.
so 29.
Yeah, you guys do not hear them. And if it wasn't obvious, Sin already looked at the gem. Okay. Yeah, you guys discuss it, and he will help you with it. Once
Okay.
you guys are back. Yeah. He'll go through the process. He says it's pretty simple.
Corn says he'll give him a little something for it.
He's like, oh, well, I mean, you're covering the component cost anyways.
Yep.
So they're back in the party right now.
Yeah, they start moving back up.
Actually, Conrad's going to approach Sin as well.
Okay. Ooh, wow. Second 20 roll I've gotten on those dice. Okay.
And he's actually going to ask Sin if they can speak privately for a second.
He's like, Jesus Christ, what is it with you people? He's like, okay.
Okay. So, and actually, yeah, I'm just going to stealth whisper to it. It's like, yeah.
Okay, so stealth. Ooh. Okay. What do you want to discuss?
He basically wants to ask Sin if he knows any way that can possibly explain his devil transformation to common people. If need be, he has to use it.
He just looks at you, deadpan, and he's silent for like an awkward long second. Like it is a couple seconds of just dread of you staring down at this little gnome as he just like fucking just straight face stares at you. He's like, magic.
Oh,
That's
And
Corn's
he literally-
excuse.
He literally walks past you to go back up with the rest of the group.
Conrad just kind of shrugs like okay, and then he goes back to his usual spot.
And as you are catching up to the group, he basically is like, yeah, just say it's a magical ability you have, or some ring, or something. I don't know. Just be creative.
Okay.
Just say it with confidence, and then people won't know that you're making it up.
Corn just hears some ring and be creative.
Yeah, no, that
No,
part
you guys,
like
you
it
guys literally heard everything Sin said. He rolled a 2 for a stealth.
was.
So he was being pretty loud. Yeah, but you guys continue to make your way to Lotess. Anything else?
Cletus is gonna look for a small rock.
Okay, give me your perception check. Not a very rocky area. I mean, you find a few small pebbles, but nothing like, I don't know, what size you looking for?
Like as big as a Pringles can lid.
Nothing that big.
Pringles can like
Okay,
size
then
rock.
the
That's
closest
weird.
thing to that.
It's probably about half that size.
Okay, that's fine.
You find like 2 or 3 of them.
Okay. He's gonna throw one at Corin.
Okay, give me a. It's not a very large object.
Would that be
Give
strength
me
or dex?
Give me a dex. Okay, what's your AC, Corin?
My AC would be 21 with occupying
Okay.
the same space as someone else,
Okay.
which he's probably gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're riding on Conrad the whole time.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Not hitting
Okay.
you, hitting him.
Yeah. So I mean, that still hits.
God of resilience.
Thing is Conrad's in the front. If you're riding on him, go ahead and give me.
Perception.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 18.
Okay. I'm going to say you're not going to get code of resilience because you have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, I imagine
Okay.
you're facing front with Conrad, so
Yeah, it'd either be front or the side. You know, it doesn't really make sense for you to sit backwards on his horns considering how they're shaped. So I'm going to have to say no to this one.
No.
Sorry.
Okay. No worries.
But go ahead and roll 1d4 plus add your strength modifier.
So it's an 8.
Yeah. Corin, you basically get pelted off of Conrad's head as some object whizzes through the air and smacks you right off his horn. You catch yourself, you're flying, but that fucking hurt.
Did we see him get pelted like that?
Like you're pretty sure your arm is like cracked. Like it's not good. You may have maybe fractured some bone with that one.
Corin just turns around, tries to flip him off with both hands, but one is just hanging down in a weird angle.
Yep. It does not look good.
Ooh.
You throw like a girl!
And as you're saying that, blood is trickling down his forehead.
Yeah.
that was a bit unnecessary, Cletus.
He drew a giant dick on my tent. I told him I'd get him.
Sin's
Yeah, but
so you almost break his arm and make him bleed?
yeah, that's
Seems
a
a
bit
little bit
extreme.
much.
I didn't mean to hurt him that bad. I could have punched him. That would have done a lot more.
Corin
Still,
just takes his arm and makes it swing around like a
Yeah,
clock.
his arm's pretty fucked up. You gotta understand what 8 damage does to a human body.
I was like, Corin, do you want me to heal that for you?
I'm fine. Majestic word on self.
Yeah, it's sore a little tender, but it heals back up.
You just hear a horrifying crack.
Yep.
snatch backs in place.
Yep.
That's my wanking. I mean, what?
But now you can flip them off with both hands.
Does so.
See, he's fine.
You know, if I was a regular person, you would just have killed me.
But
Like
you're
you
not.
did with a certain... Like you did with a certain someone.
Fuck off.
David Series just starts chuckling. Sid chuckles.
You do got to be more considerate of your strength with this.
Eh.
David Series kind of walks over and nudges you on your elbow, please. He's like, "Yeah, us big guys gotta make sure to be soft sometimes, man."
I mean, my jokes are fun and friendly for the whole family. Well, maybe not the whole family, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Boys, play nice. That says. She turns
Yes,
around.
Mom.
Sid like looks over at you now. Wait, didn't you like almost break Conrad's nose for like no reason?
All right.
Wait, no, you did break his nose.
No, I thought we broke Sing's nose.
She's broken a few people's noses. If you guys have been paying attention, remember her
That's true.
drunken tantrum?
I was trying to wake you up, Sin. That's why your nose was broken.
What about the drunken tantrum where you hit all these other people for like a total of 20 damage? Do you know what that was doing to people? Like
What,
they were probably-
what is 20 damage? How do you, Sin? How do you measure 20 damage? I don't know what you mean.
That was me talking. That was me, not Sin.
I was gonna say, at this point, Murray's just like standing back. I'm like, okay, this is
Yeah,
normal
Ned.
now.
Your right hook is very
Yeah.
powerful. Just kind of
Right.
covers his face a little bit.
Yeah.
You're lucky I don't. Sorry.
No, I was saying this is normal. This is what people do apparently. Oh dear God.
You guys just learned that you guys are basically the first people she's ever had to deal with, and look at what you guys are doing. This is great. This is golden. This will go great.
Sorry, I know we're a bit unorthodox, but we're not bad people.
This is normal. This is apparently normal.
Those punches were accidental.
So you punch me on purpose every single time?
I said they were accidental.
No, out of character. You said no punches.
Crap! I said it wrong.
I mean, you kind of said it already, so.
I mean,
No!
Ah, dear.
you almost made her lose an eye one time because you wanted to steal from her.
Okay, hang on. Guards.
No context needed. Conflict
No,
away.
there is context needed. I was trying to practice my tail, just getting full control of it. And she lit me on fire because of it.
That's what he tells the woman.
Ah, dear. No. It's normal. It's perfect. She is walking forward, but she's trying to wrap her head around, like, this is apparently normal.
This isn't normal. We're not normal people.
We really aren't normal.
I mean, look at him. He's a cow. This
it.
guy's always horny.
Demisarius crosses his arm and stares up at the sky proudly. He's like, I'm normal.
Yeah, actually, Demisarius, you're probably the most normal out of all of us.
Yeah. Now, how do you spell that?
Norma.
Never mind.
Just
Corn,
because.
I might be a cow, but I am a beautiful cow.
Jesus, man! Stop getting over 20s!
Okay.
Okay.
You guys watch as he goes to stand proudly, and a random bird from nowhere flies over, runs into his face. He gets feathered right in the eye real bad. He's now choking on this random field bird and coughing, and then trips and falls.
What? No!
You take 2 damage.
Oh.
Use his power.
As
God damn
Sin
it.
expended the last die, which was a 1.
Fucking jackass.
Well, you wouldn't know that, but yeah, Demisarius,
Yeah,
help
you,
him.
you have no fucking clue this happened. But yes, you guys watch as he says that, and this ordeal happens. You take 4 damage from choking on a bird and tripping. And as you fall down, you cough up the bird. But there are feathers all over your face. There's now dirt in your mouth. Like, it is bad. It is just a horrible scene.
Question,
Corn
is the
flip.
bird okay?
Yeah,
it
that
kind
was
of
what I
flaps
was.
away, and it's like one arm is kind of like a little off.
Corin casts majestic words on the bird and says, "Tell your friends, this guy is an asshole." In bird language.
And the birds, you get the gesture that it is thankful for helping it, and it will let them all know.
God,
No, every bird thinks Leader's an asshole.
God fucking damn it.
I just imagine every time he goes
Why
outside,
can't he
birds
just
poop on
let
him.
Best
Corn,
part.
I don't
like the
think you just realized what you started.
Also, Cletus doesn't even know it because to him it's just almost
Yeah,
like,
Cletus, you have no clue this happened. You just got seriously fucked with by 2 of your party members, and you have no clue. This is great. This is why I love it. Oh, it's so great.
just one day Rock is just gonna pick him up and nobody knows why.
Okay.
So as we continue on,
Got Cletus, you get up and continue along. Cletus.
Cletus.
He muted himself.
Yes, I get up and continue along. Sorry, I'm chewing.
Oh, you're eating. Okay.
Eating
And
the bird.
yeah, yeah. Are you eating chicken right now? That'd be hilarious. Anyways, no, you get up and you start going, and you gotta start picking feathers, and suddenly some of the feathers start getting picked off of you, and you see like a semi-translucent hand picking the feathers off your face.
Okay. Whose hand is this?
Do you ask that just out and abroad?
I see the hand, right?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Okay. You guys hear Cletus say that?
Do we
Conrad,
also
look
see
that up.
the?
Oh, you guys look over and there's no hand.
What are you talking about, Cletus?
Is it gone?
It's gone.
Guys, I think he's got the case of cow madness.
There was a hand here. I don't know. It's
Can I
not
do
there
an
anymore.
Can I do an intelligence or nature check to see if there's actually a called cow madness?
Let's. Oh, that's what you want to know? Okay, yeah, give me a nature check.
Fucking damn it.
Okay, the funny part about this is it's gonna go like this. Conrad,
Yes.
for the first time, you're like, oh, I remember hearing a story about minotaurs. Minotaurs, they go mad. A lot of times they can go mad. And that is usually the common fate of many minotaurs. They get into their bloodlust, ferocity, fury, and all that other stuff, and they just tap into the primal power that is being a minotaur, and they can find themselves going completely mad, losing themselves, and they just basically the large minotaur that you guys saw, the undead one, that was one of those minotaurs. Minotaurs grow massive, they become very strong, but they lose themselves, and they become mindless beasts of battle, war, and combat.
So that's all you got.
Was that?
That's everything.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about any mad cow disease, that's the only thing you can think of when it comes to minotaurs.
Okay, 1 second. I mean, that's an actual thing, he says to Corin. Like, they can actually go a bit insane, so I'm a little worried now.
Next thing you're gonna see like blue lizards running around or something.
I was gonna say, is the bird still around? Or has it like flown off by now?
Yeah, the bird's flown off.
Okay.
But Conrad's here. He whispers to Conrad. Stealth?
I did the stuff for my whisper, but what are you gonna steal?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just Sin's magic stuff images.
Okay, he kind of whispers back. Yeah, that's a relief. And they continue on.
You guys continue your interesting adventure back to Lateste. And eventually you guys find yourselves out in front of the gates.
Oh wait, what about the mile thing? Conrad said.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Sorry. I was distracted, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, you judge that you're getting pretty close there, so, you do your best guess, and you're like, oh, we're probably about a mile out.
Yeah, so Conrad would do the earring thing. Hey, Daylock, are you okay?
Oh, Sir Conrad. Yes, I'm fine, but there was a bit of a situation.
What happened?
The spell ran out, and, Raylon squished your puppy.
That's okay. We were planning on getting rid of it one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Raylon right now. He kind of wants to talk to you guys when we get back.
Understood.
Okay, we gotta talk to Ron, but when we're done with that, we'll talk to Larry Ron.
Oh, well, we probably will be gone. We're leaving right now.
Okay, well, tell them
But-
we apologize for any trouble that caused. You know, we didn't fully understand the ramifications of the beast.
Okay.
What we rescued was a herd puppy, not some kind of demon thing.
Well, yeah, we didn't realize that till after the fact.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I told him that you guys knew what it was, but it was a slip of the tongue. So, he's kind of upset that you guys knew and still tried to keep it.
Yeah, we tried to contact you over the earring just to say we were planning on getting rid of it, but I guess we were so out of our range.
Okay. Well, I'll let him know. But we'll be back. Maybe in a few days.
Okay, thanks. Sorry for the trouble again. Are you okay?
Yeah. It startled me.
Okay.
Good luck on your quest.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now we continue on.
Okay.
We
You guys can.
Corin talks with Conrad real quick. We need to prepare something nice to make up for Daylock. I just kind of
Yeah.
feel bad for pushing this on him.
Yeah, I mean, we really made an error in judgment there, but at least no one else was hurt.
Yeah.
That you know of.
Town's devastated, everyone's dead.
Yeah, only the Platinum's band survived.
Mysteriously. Not
Anyway.
implicating anything, but
Okay, but you guys make your way to the gate. It is shut, and there are some guards in front of it.
Conrad holds up his Let's Traveler's Pass.
See?
Yeah, same.
Okay, you guys all pull out your passes, and they're like, "Oh, look, they have them out and ready." So they look at them, and they call for the gate to be opened, and you guys are currently back in Latest after a couple of weird, odd, just strange ass days.
So I guess we'll go to Welton.
Yeah.
Sin actually looks over. He's like, I mean, well, I can just take care of it.
Okay.
No, I should probably go to. I mean, it was my job to investigate the undead, and yeah, that didn't work.
Sin shrugs his shoulders. He's like, I mean, sure, why not? I don't care.
Okay, how about you guys take care of that and we'll squawking box. There's probably an issue we got to deal with.
Okay. And actually, Corin, could you come with us as well?
yeah, sure.
But we'll meet you guys back at the squawking box.
Okay.
Okay.
Have fun.
You guys.
Actually, hang on one second. Kara will actually ask Sin something real quick.
He's like, oh Jesus Christ! Please don't tell me it's another dumb question.
I kind of paused for a second. I'm just asking, like, I kind of collected some of the creatures. Did you want any of that as proof of Welton or no?
I mean, no.
Okay, just figured I ask. And he goes back with the rest of the group.
Because I mean, that stuff is kind of weird. We might be able to get some decent money out of it.
Okay. We can talk about that afterwards.
Actually, do you mind if I hold on to that and go sell it right now?
Sure, that's fine. So, does he want, out of character, does he want, like, all the stuff? Like,
He wants to hold onto your bag of holding for a moment. So, because he doesn't want to lug all that shit. He wants to use it real quick, go sell the stuff, and bring it back to you.
okay. And Kyra's to do, no, he won't. He's just going to give him the bag of holding real.
But we're definitely gonna keep the cool stuff to make stuff for us out of it, right?
Sin shrugs his shoulders. He's like, I mean, sure. What did you want?
I wanted to make a new horn out of the dragon horn.
Sin's like, I mean, well, if you really want to, but I mean, I'm sure we could probably get more money and just buy you another horn.
Yeah, it might be
Yep.
the simpler solution.
But this one's made out of the dragon.
I mean, I don't know what that. I don't know what that thing was, but I don't think that was a dragon.
Chimera, dragon, pet,
Oh,
whatever.
right.
Well, we don't know what it was out of here.
Yeah, you don't know that it was the Chimera.
Yeah, but we knew that it was a dragon head.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Kyra will hand him the bag of holding.
Actually, give me a nature check. You just brought up
who?
a very good point, Corin. I guess all of you. Besides, wait, no, not Conrad. Yeah, just not Conrad.
Specifically not Conrad.
Because you already did a knowledge check for black dragons, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, Cletus and Nat and Corn. Yeah, you guys know that was by the description. It sounded like a black dragon.
So, is there anyone who knows whether we could potentially make something cool out of black dragon parts or goat parts, which I don't think, but mean-
Sin's actually gonna roll for that. Okay. Sin kind of looks at you. He's like, "Well, I mean, that was like a baby dragon, so not really. There's not really a lot of strong arcane power in them, so they're not too great, but they do make for some pretty good alchemic components. That's why I'm saying it might be kind of wasteful for you to use this horn for a horn.
Okay, but promise me we'll buy a cool horn for me.
Sure. As soon as we can find a cool horn, we'll make it something epic, and we'll get it set up.
Okay, sounds good. So do you think Conrad's horns would be magical?
Hey!
Sin kind of looks over at Conrad and looks back at you. He's like, 50-50.
I'm right here,
He's-
you know, guys.
Wait, he's got two horns, so if it's a 50-50 chance, if we take both, it's 100% chance.
I
I
like
just
the way
gotta
you
flick
think,
Scorn
Corn.
real quick.
Please don't. Nat says.
Okay, roll an attack.
Oh, no, he's just flicking him. He's not really like...
I know, just roll the attack.
Okay, one sec.
It's not gonna be like a shit ton of damage. I want to see if you can, get to him. 'Cause he's fluttering around talking to people, so he's a little bit more animated. Okay, yeah, you miss. Like, Corn, you hear him approach, and do you take the flick or do you dodge?
Take the flick, but use
Well, I'm not
What's
actually
it
trying
called?
to hurt you. I'm just kind of flicking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I wanted to blink off like an invisible wall
Okay, wait, what?
from Court of Resilience.
Okay, give me a second.
Or how exactly would that look?
Yeah, I just want to double check the power. This is why I love power cards. Basically, you use music to basically make a wall or an arcane block. So you can either sing something or play something on your instrument, and it would create like a little force wall.
Just be like, no!
No. Can't touch me. Dances away.
Yeah, you try to reach out to flick him, and he blocks it.
I need a drink. Conrad says he just goes to squawking boxing.
As there's
Maybe it helps you aim better.
As there's just a little invisible wall between you and Korn as he's sitting there singing this really dumb sounding song, but accurate. Okay, so I guess that's that. So you guys separate.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Boom. Okay, move your tokens to where you are going. Let's just do that, so I don't have to fucking do all the work. And you are not here. You're invisible right now. So I'm just gonna put you on a roof.
Wait, what?
Okay. So I will take care of the people who are not going to the squawking box first. So Sin, Korn, and Ruia begin to make their way over to the guardhouse after leaving your party.
Yeah. I was going to say, before we get close, just want to say, it's like, are we going to talk about the Shadow Man? I mean, I know you guys had some issues with trusting people in the test, but I don't know anyone. I mean, I can ask questions.
Oh, well, no, trust me, I'll take care of it.
Right. Okay then.
Okay. You guys begin to approach. There are 2 guards outside. And Sin casually walks almost to go past them. He's like, okay, we're here for what's his nuts. And the door just opens up as he walks into the guardhouse. And the one guard just looks like, wait, well, as Sin just walks past him.
His name is not What's His Nuts. It's Welton.
I was about to say, Corin just mutters to himself, I thought his name was Welton.
Yeah, she's just gonna like quietly say sorry and just walk through.
Yeah, they just like, what the? As you get the rest of both of you guys just enter the guardhouse.
So professional.
Yes.
But you guys make your way inside. You guys go up the stairs, and as you're going up to the second floor, you see that Captain Welton is at his desk, sitting there, going over paperwork. Sin walks up and knocks on the door, and Captain Welton looks over. He's like, welcome. You guys have returned. Good timing. I was just about ready to head out for the day. And I just realized I'm going to be mostly having a conversation with myself.
So already
Okay. So Sin walks up and he stands at the desk.
You played yourself.
I know. I played myself hard.
Yeah, you literally volunteered to do it.
Okay. Sorry. This is being a DM. This is being a good day. Okay. So Sin walks up to the desk. And Captain Welton like just gestures as you guys walk in, and he's like, so how did things go? And he looks towards you, Ruia, and then went back over towards Sin, who's kind of like taking the front of this group. And Sin's like, well, I mean, it went okay. We went out to the woods. You know, we returned to the site which we were previously at. We found the ruins pretty much destroyed. A lot of the evidence was, disturbed. All the carvings on the obelisk had been rubbed off, whether through physical or magical means, and all the dead bodies that we had buried became unburied. But that's about it. Nothing new to report. And Captain Walton's like, well, that's sure is a pity. That does let us know someone is definitely behind these, and it's not, incidences of random occurrences. So that is good knowledge. Well, thank you all for taking care of this. And I do have a slight issue. I know we had an agreed upon price for this request, but Mayor Ravon had advised me to change the pay system for all of the stuff we've been doing. Because of the issues surrounding Lateste and Celestia, they've had to continue to worry about taxes, and many people are struggling to make ends meet, so they decided to pull from the city and the village itself. So our funding is a little short right now, but I am able to offer you 1,500 gold for this. And he kind of looks towards you guys.
That's okay. If you hear any more, say, undead instances, please let me know. I'll look into it, see if we can get any more information about who could be causing it all.
Of course, and that offer is very, very welcome. Things have not been going great lately. Was it 1,000 before?
I think so. I mean, 1,500 sounds a bit more than.
Okay, I mean, if you can check, that would be great. Because on my notes, I may have wrote down the wrong number.
I mean, hang on. It was 1,500. 1,500.
Well, no, the thing is, it was supposed to be dropped, so
Yeah, I know. Just joking.
Insert a number here, find out whenever.
yeah, insert number here, less than what it was offered. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, that was my failure as a DM. I must have written down the wrong number. Yeah, but it's less, and since like, it's okay, and he takes the coin purse and he's like, okay, well, I guess we'll see you around. And Captain Walton's like, well, I should be seeing you guys this evening. My wife and family will be attending tonight's competition, so we'll probably see you guys there. And Sin kind of like nods.
Are there gonna be child fights?
Right, competition?
Oh, yes, and no, Corn, there's no children fights. That'd be weird.
You said it, not me.
You said will there be children fights?
Yeah,
Never.
but you said that your wife and children will be attending.
Yes. And he looks over at you, Rui, and Sin. Does he know what attending means?
I honestly don't know.
Last time somebody attended to me, I wasn't wearing my pants, so probably not.
Captain Walton just kind of rubs his eyeballs to the bridge of his nose. He's like, okay. He looks at you, Rui. Yes, tonight is kind of a big night in Leteste. Lady Katmera, who owns the Squawking Box, is holding her yearly competition of martial prowess. There
He's gonna
are,
hear that and be like, oh, take God now.
but it's usually a good show every single year, and apparently this year we have some very important guests. I know they are.
Yeah, I heard there was a really good musician coming for this thing. Huh.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about that. But
Crawling in my skin.
we do have a few guests that are currently being seen by Mayor Ravon. They're important dignitaries from Throgramir.
Huh.
So it should be quite an interesting competition. But if that is all, I do got to get back to my paperwork before I'm able to leave. So I will see you guys later this evening.
Okay then. And yeah, as I
And Sin turns and just walks out the door.
Push gets like, yeah, as I said before, any undead instances, any at all, please just let me know.
He nods.
And as Grunchy just walks out thinking, oh dear God, there's another fight. Damn it.
Bye. Con follows.
He doesn't really acknowledge as you leave. He just kind of stares at you, just kind of just blankly, like he's kind of
How
dead
does he
inside.
function?
No, he's just giving you this like he's dead inside look. Like just get out of my office, please. But you guys make your way outside, and Sin kind of looks towards you both, and he's like, "Well, I need to take Corn out on an errand. If you want to head back to the Squawking Box, you can."
I guess I can do that. And yeah, she'll just walk back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is kind of awkward because Sin and Corn are also both heading that way. So like for the most part, you guys are walking together, but like 7 feet apart.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
It's like you said goodbye. It's like you said goodbye, but you're actually going the same direction from.
Yeah, it's one of those awkward moments. But eventually, once you guys get to about here, you guys break up, and you start heading towards the Squawking Box.
I also got longer legs than the two of them, so imagine I'm faster. Kind of.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
You outpaced them like back over here.
It's not you, it's me.
I mean, Corn has the same speed as her, probably.
Yeah, but then you'd be leaving Sin behind.
Yeah.
But you make your way back to the Squawking Box, and you see blank. We'll get to that. And Corn and Sin, you guys go over to a store, You guys sell the stuff that you guys were able to, get. You guys get 600 gold in return because you guys did have a couple oddities and stuff like that. But Sin takes that. And let me go ahead and pull up that note real quick. And he talks to you about what he's going to help you with, and you get the necessary stuff. That's going to be 25 gold for the components.
Okay. I'll write that off.
Okay, but you guys are finished. You say goodbye to the person you're buying from, and you head back to the tavern. Okay. Daemissaries. Conrad, Cletus, and Nat. Okay, let me double check this map, make sure I didn't forget anything. Did I forget anything? No, I did not. Okay, we're good to go. Wait, did I forget that? No, okay, I did not forget that. It's like I gotta play with my toy set before you guys see it.
Uh-huh.
Gotta make sure that nothing's out of place.
Oh, I noticed our room's locked off.
Well, yeah.
We probably done goofed.
Okay, but I will just move you guys all out of the way for a second while they are busy doing other shit. Okay, you guys make your way into the tavern. Familiar sight. You guys walk in, and it's been pretty fucking chilly all day, all night, and stuff like that. It's really fucking cold. Fall's really setting in. But then you walk into the squawking box, and immediately you're hit with that warmth, that familiar, just good room temperature. Like, not too cold, but, like warm. Like, you can get close to the fires, and you're like warm up where you can back away and just be comfortable. It's a good place. Immediately you walk in, and you're hit with the scent of like ale-stained wood, and it's just homey feeling, and it's just nice. And there you see the familiar face of Kat just working behind the bar, and she gives like a little like head raised nod towards you guys as you walk in. You guys see Trey standing across the way, with his shoulders or his arms crossed. You see Felton busy away working, and despite it being like afternoonish, there's a good amount of people who are in the tavern right now. And over here, I just lost my mouse. There are a couple of men at these two tables, who are wearing armor. It almost looks like a guard outfit, but not of Latest. And they are currently sitting down, eating and drinking. And there are some people at this table, and this table as well. A lot of people that you've never seen before, and a couple people that you have. But it's already starting to be kind of busy, and it's not really like bar drinking time, so it's weird.
What time is it?
It's like around 1-ish, maybe.
Come on, head to the room just to see how that is.
Okay. You head up to the room. And you guys find everything's on fire. You find nothing.
Okay.
Besides a very, very, very nice looking pillow fortress.
Yeah, it's fucking exquisite.
Yeah.
Take this out.
Kyron's to do one though. He's in a. I think it was here, right?
Okay, wait. You're acting up real bad.
Can you hear me?
It was cutting out. Can you drop call and come back in?
Yeah, one sec.
It's fine for me.
Same.
Oh.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Kyron's gonna go over here where the puppy really was, like before.
Okay.
And he's gonna do a perception check to see if there was any damage or anything that kind of led that like there was a fight around here.
No,
No.
it is
Okay.
spot free and immaculate.
Okay. Conrad's gonna go back downstairs then.
How'd it go? Nat asks Conrad.
Well, I didn't see anything up there, so I guess they managed to get rid of it pretty quickly.
Hmm.
Just to be thankful no one else was hurt.
Clay's just sitting at the bar. How you doing, Lady Cat?
I mean, I'm doing okay. A little busy.
Oh, is there somewhere I need to sign up for the fighting tournament? Or is there an
Oh
entry
yeah.
fee?
It's over at the board.
Okay, I'll go do that right now.
Hey, Kat.
Sure. What can I do with you, honey? What can I do for you,
curious.
honey?
So, is there any like magical abilities allowed in the fight pit?
I mean, don't blow anyone up with a fireball, but it's kind of really up to whoever you're fighting.
So, like, there has to be an agreement on both sides if that kind of thing is allowed.
It usually boils down to if you use it, if someone doesn't like it, they'll say something.
Okay. Kind of wondering if I should join myself.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, dearie, that's just something you got to decide for yourself.
It's tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Well, if you don't mind, actually, can I have a meal first before I decide?
I mean, sure.
Thanks.
Okay, go ahead and pay the money for the meal.
Like 2 silver, right?
Yes.
Man, time flies. Nat says.
Are you gonna join that?
Well, after recent events, but I also promised someone I would. I'll join.
I'm wondering myself. This kind of thing's not usually my cup of tea.
Proud of you. Nat says.
Wait, what'd she say?
I said proud of you. She notices you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and she can respect that.
Well, not sure if I am going to do it. I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking about it.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun. She's like staring you down.
I mean, will it? I mean,
Maybe you need to let off some steam, and that says as she does figure crossbows to you.
Karen thinks about that for a second. He's like, okay, hang on 1 second. He goes to the board, sign up.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Okay, so-
join him. That will go sign up with him.
Okay. So, first thing I need you guys to do is go over there and you guys will find a sheet. Basically, it is a very fanciful sheet, and Cletus, you're the first one to see this. It is basically a sheet signing up for the competition and stuff like that. And hold on a second, because I'm working on something and I'm kind of fucking it up. Just give me 1 quick second, because I fucked up something that I worked really hard on, and I fucked it up. There. Okay, there we go. It is a sheet of paper that says the Latesse Fighting Circuit. Basically, it is welcoming any competitors to try to enter in tonight's competition. It also says that this competition is known to draw out some of the strongest fighters within Elois that are trying to make it on their way to the circuit, and that only someone who feels confident in their martial prowess or ability to take a good hit should try to join. Otherwise, you're going to get knocked out in one shot, and then that's no fun for anyone. Basically, anyone can sign up, and currently there are only 2 signatures on it.
What are the signatures?
Just give me 1 second. There is one signature that says Patron, and the other one that says Grell.
Okay.
What's the cost?
There's no cost.
No cost? Oh, cool.
Nope. But
Clear
there
the
is a
signs
prize
up.
to the winner.
What's the prize?
It does not say. And underneath the signatures, there is a smaller part that says that Lady Cat, the champion of the test, is not participating in this yearly competition like she never does, but she does have the right for Champions Challenge. Champions Challenge is if someone challenges her or she wants to challenge someone who she feels is worthy, she will basically step in for whoever that person is fighting in the bracket.
Oh,
If
jeez.
she wins, the person she stepped in for automatically advances.
Now, does it say anything about rules of forfeiting after that?
I mean, it's you fight until someone's knocked out, killed, or they tap out.
So, but there is like I quit rule.
Sure.
Okay.
Clear the signs up.
Okay.
Howard's kind of like thinks about it for a second. Is like, yeah, he'll sign up then after that.
Daemissaries asks you to sign him up, Conrad.
Does so. And he goes back to the bar.
Hold up a second, Conrad.
Okay.
And Nat, you said you're signing up as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So your 3 signatures are now on the board.
Well, 4 because also Daemissaries.
I was just saying yours 3.
Yeah.
You specifically, you 3, your signatures are on there. Sorry if I wasn't clear about that.
What is it, Cletus?
Well, since we're at the board, we can look for our next quest.
I mean, are you really in that much of a rush to go to the next thing?
No, but we can check it out while we're here.
I just kind of want to take a break from it. He and Kyle just continues to go to the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, and Nat looks with him. So is there anything?
And there's nothing on the board. Nothing now. Still the alchemist, and that's it.
Go back to the bar.
Okay.
So, Lady Cat, I have a question for you.
Hurry it up, dearie. I got some work to do. What do you need?
If you're busy, this might take a while, so we can talk later.
Okay, well, I mean, I got to deal with the competition later, so
That meant after the competition.
I'm probably going to be drunk and probably fucking him or asleep. So
That's fine. We can talk tomorrow.
Okay. I was about ready to say, I'm like, you're okay talking to me then? Because you're going to have to ask your friend first.
Yeah, that'd be kind of awkward.
Damon Sayers just shrugs his shoulders as he continues to drink his ale.
Yeah, it's fine talking to you tomorrow. Can't wait for the fight.
No, I wouldn't say that yet. We got some pretty stiff competition this year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I mean, okay, yeah, sure, why not?
Can I have an ale, please? Karen says.
She's like, sure. And she walks over, grabs your nail, walks back, and she's like, why do you look so nervous?
Well, this isn't usually my cup of tea, but let's just say I have a lot of frustration now, so I don't really know.
What's
how to
not
turn
your
out.
cup of tea?
Just fighting each other for fun.
Oh, you signed up.
Yes, I did.
Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, you beat Maynard to it.
Who?
Oh, Maynard. He's this one bloke out from the swamp area. Um, you know, he always tries to go the route of, speed and technique over a lot of other things. He's a, bow and arrow guy like you.
Okay.
But I mean, if he sees another bow and arrow guy, I don't think he's gonna sign up.
Fair enough.
Cletus heads over to Trey.
He's standing there with his arms crossed, just kind of staring at the guards, the quote-unquote guards. You're not quite sure what he is, but he notices as you approach and kind of nods at you and continues to look at him again.
Hey Trey, the party we had before we left for our latest mission,
Oh yeah, that was fucking wild. You guys
Yeah.
really know how to party.
we kind of blacked out, so we don't really know everything that happened.
That's priceless. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like I left once it started getting real crazy. So I mean, I don't know what you know. So
Well, anything you can fill me in on, that'd be great. Towards the later half of the night, I guess.
well, again, like I left pretty early. It was getting a little crazy. Once Sin whipped his dick out, and like you were trying to, yeah, it got pretty crazy.
What was I trying to do? I don't remember.
Well, I mean, you started trying to pick fights with everyone at first, and you literally got punched by 4 separate people, and every single time you did it, you got knocked down. You sat there for a while, then got up and repeated the process over and over and over again, until eventually you just really wanted to play cards with people, and yeah, that's about when I left.
Okay. Thanks for the insight.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I would say the
Cal
weirdest.
will tell me
I
more.
would say the weirdest thing that I probably saw was when you were just sitting with Sin on your lap for a while, like no reason. You kept calling him your baby.
Cletus wants to be your dad.
It was just weird because he was naked at that point.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah. Well, I missed some of the context because I kept going up and downstairs because you guys were finished eating, so I was bringing the stuff downstairs, and yeah, I saw how crazy it was getting, and I just had to leave.
No, thanks. Glad you had fun at the party, and thanks a lot for the food.
I enjoy cooking, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
See you later.
So Kara's actually going to ask Kat something real quick.
She's like, "What?"
Hey, is Payne in her room right now?
Maybe. I don't know. I know she had to take care of some stuff for tomorrow, so she might be out.
Kara, remembers that a certain thing is going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to catch up to her later.
Yeah. I mean, I know she'll be swinging by early tomorrow, so if you don't see her tonight, she'll be by then.
Okay, thanks.
Oh yeah, you're going with her, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, have fun. She doesn't. It's usually a solo thing for her. It's nice to see her take someone.
Ooh.
Yeah, actually, Connor looks at the rest of the party. I'm actually gonna take a day trip to with Payne. So I'll probably be unavailable for tomorrow.
Sitting in a tree. KISSING.
I mean,
Did that in character?
Yes, I do.
Damon Sayers just looks over. He's like, "Yeah, you're just jealous because he gets it and you don't." He just kind of looks over at you, kind of around, and gives you like finger crossbows.
Connor does the finger across his back. Like, hey.
Natalie says, "Are we expecting the babies first or the wedding?" And she smiled at Conrad.
He's busted.
Oh no, that's your expertise, not his.
Snickers again. Her silence speaks volumes.
No, I saw the way she was looking. I looked that way at girls before, looking at my man.
Oh, he kind of gets blushed a little bit. You mean she was jealous of you?
Probably, but I'm saying she might really like you.
Coward sips his ale more.
Haha! I got him to stay silent.
What's the rest of you guys doing?
Cletus is going over this table to check out these guys in armor.
You approach the table.
As I get close, I kind of wave.
They kind of slow down. They're talking and drinking and eating. They kind of stare at you, and they don't really give a response as you just continue to walk by them.
Well, I'll say, hey guys, you're haven't seen you around. Where are you guys from?
They all start laughing. I'm like, oh, look at this cocksmith over here. Of course we're not from around here. Don't you recognize our uniforms? Where have you been? And they just continue to drink and laugh.
Well, I don't really recognize your uniforms. I'm kind of new to Alice.
Well, we're Throgramir guards. We're part of the Iron Shells.
Cool. Is that like a Iron
One of
Shells?
them-
Would you be
one
good
of
at
them goes-
defense then?
One of them literally mocks you, like, "Oh, cool," and a couple of them start laughing around them. You get the sense that these guys are all kind of drunk right now and a little belligerent.
I figured as much. Well, hope you have a good time in the test. Nice to meet you.
No response.
Yeah, I just turn around and walk back to the bar. When I get there, I nudge Dave and Sarah's. I'm like, hey, those guys are assholes.
He's literally stuffing his face right now. He looks over and just continues eating as he's downing more ale.
Sounds about right.
Even before a big fight. Guy has very simple motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
So, by the way, Coward's not actually drinking to the point of intoxication. He just had the one ale.
Okay,
So
no,
you know.
it's sipping on it.
Yeah.
The emissaries is drinking.
He don't care.
But after like a good 20, 30 minutes, probably a little bit more than that, you guys hear the door open, and you watch as Ruia enters the bar.
Hey, Maria,
Maria.
how you doing?
She waves and says hello and walks up to him. Ooh.
How long did you get your room for?
I think it was just a week.
Okay, yeah, I just want to double check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of
You go up and your room opens and you find your way inside your room. Remember, it's this one.
Oh no, I wasn't going to the room. I was walking up to the bar.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like walking up to the room. Got
no,
it.
up to the bar. Just saying, oh, hello.
How's it going?
Not bad. Not bad. So, is there like loads of people?
There are a few people. Like I said, there are people at this table, this table, this table, and this table.
Quite a few people then.
Yeah, there's like probably 22 people in here.
Yeah.
Well, grab up a chair, get some food, or have a drink.
Yeah, she'll go up to the bar and try and get the bartender's attention because she doesn't know the name of the bartender yet. Yeah.
Oh, so how do you get her attention?
Just like try and say hello and wave in her direction.
She turns around, looks at you, says hello, and continues working.
Camara, I think she actually wants your service.
Oh, then why didn't she say so? What do you need, dearie?
Just wondering if you had, say, Any recommendations for a meal tonight?
What we're cooking.
It's
It's
good.
really good. Yeah.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I'll take a plate of that.
Okay. Well, the plate will be out in just one moment. That's going to be 2 silver.
Yep, that's fine. Gives it a 2 silver.
She quickly snatches it off the table, and she wanders off.
Yeah, her
Um,
name is Lady Catmara. Just to let you know.
That's good.
Daemis is like, she's like the best.
Yeah, of course you think that, David Harris. Chuckles a little bit.
Tell me one thing she's not great at.
God, thanks for a second. Fair point.
Are you gonna watch the fights tonight, Ruya? I know crowds aren't really your thing, but
I mean, I've only just heard about it. Is this the same tournament that the other guy was in? That, No.
No. Kind of stops right there. This is completely different. This is a fight tournament.
Daemis is like, this is going to actually have people that can kick our asses back.
That feels
Karen,
bad. That
get a
feels
little nervous
bad.
about that. Yeah.
That feels bad.
Are you gonna
Are
sign
you
up?
obviously showing that you're feeling bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Daemis looks over. He's like, oh, don't feel bad, Nat. I mean, think about it. I bet you, how many people do you think me and Cletus can't fight because we would just destroy them? You're a beast. Just live with it.
That's what everyone wants to hear, David Harris.
Ladies love to hear.
To him, that's a compliment. So he's trying, okay, guys? Like,
Ladies love to hear that they're a
Right.
beast.
Yeah.
but it
That's
is.
compliment.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and roll diplomacy with this.
No.
Fell off. Okay, at 18. So
It doesn't beat
You know-
my will.
well, yeah, plus his bonuses.
Ah, bonuses.
This is the first time I had a diplomacy with the emissaries, really.
I was
So.
about to say, yeah.
Oh, he has a +9 to diplomacy.
shit.
He is too honest for his own good.
Yeah. So, okay. Even though it's really weird and you have to translate what he's meaning, you get what he's saying. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, I am a beast. You know,
You're
fuck
fierce.
Trevor. You're like, fuck Trevor. Like, he shouldn't have stepped in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, it's gonna get really busy. So I'm not entirely sure. I definitely won't be taking part if that's what you're asking.
No, I
mean,
didn't
you
think
don't
you
have
would.
But you're totally welcome to attend. I mean, most of us are just gonna participate.
Yeah.
Daemis looks around. He's like, okay, I know what we need to do. And he
God,
leans
no.
over and he's like, okay, Kat, can we get a couple bottles and just bring them over to me? And Kat's like, Sherry, just give me a second.
No,
And you
no,
hear him
Davis
yelling
Harris.
from outside of the kitchen. And he just goes over here and he sits down.
Wait, out of character. Wait, where is he going? Oh, there he is. Carol, go walk over there. You coming, Maria?
Yeah, I'll come along.
Where'd he go?
He's all in the bottom left corner.
Look at that.
And Rui, as you walk up, he points to the chair next to him.
Okay.
Actually, he's going to stand up because he just had a bright idea. And he grabs this chair before you sit down. And he
Aw,
points to the middle chair.
hang on.
Oh, God.
I left roll 20 for some reason. Nah. I sit in whatever chair he's pointing to.
Yeah, I moved you. He's like, there. There, now you can hide back here.
Thanks.
As he sets his meal down and begins to eat.
Oh, there's the board.
You just realized I actually had a board in here?
Yes, I did.
Jesus, man. Oh, what other
Actually,
details are you
I just noticed that as
missing?
well.
We're starting.
Oh, God.
Really thin.
I added that like months ago.
He did, and we were
Really?
staring at the wall this whole time.
Yeah, seriously, like.
What a nice wall this is. Is this solid oak?
Like, that
No,
has
it's-
been there forever.
I've
never
never noticed that.
It's not oak, Nat. It's mahogany.
Oh, mahogany.
Christ,
Mahogany.
like, seriously. People
It's
wonder why
very
I'm worried
thin.
about you guys why I worry that you guys are going to like miss quests and stuff like that. Like,
It's very thin,
I know. I mean, sure, but
especially
it's
if
a
you're
quest.
zoomed out to the whole box.
True.
Okay. Well, I mean, just zoom in every once in a while. You can see stuff. I try to make a lot of details. Like, what did you think there was nothing on these tables?
No, I knew there was stuff on the tables.
You make me question everything you've seen on any map thus far.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So you guys sit down, and Maria, you got this little like kind of hidey hole.
It's a
Hmm.
good.
Do you drink much, Rulia?
Sorry? I couldn't hear those car engine.
Do you drink much, Rulia?
I mean, I have a couple, not a lot.
Okay. Demosaurus drinks a lot, so.
As you say that, as he's currently chugging it, and he looks over at you and Maria, and he shrugs his shoulders and continues chugging.
Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a drink every now and then.
Yeah, they can handle most of the time.
Yeah, I think you said her name was Lady Camera.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
She's a very nice lady.
Yeah, she recommended a dwarven cider the other day. Actually made me fall asleep, which is surprising.
Yeah, that stuff's strong.
And as you guys are discussing this, Lady Cat comes out from the back room, and she's carrying a plate on her head and some bottles of wine in her hands. And she walks over to you guys' table, sets the bottles of wine down, and grabs the plate off her head and slides it to you, Ruria.
Oh, thank you.
Damon, can I do a wisdom check real quick?
Sure, for what?
I want to see if I drink this whole bottle of wine, if it will make me like
That's
actually
an
impaired for the fight.
intelligence.
Intelligence, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was, experience on drinking versus, whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, again, like, wisdom is, like, I'm trying to switch to a different kind of style with wisdom, because wisdom has always been, we'll talk about this after the stream,
Yeah.
but, yeah, intelligence.
10.
Okay. I mean, you probably have not gotten into too many fights while drunk, so you probably don't have a lot of experience in this area, but you get the sense that it might be best like to get like just minimally drunk. Maybe it might help with the pain a little bit, but you definitely don't want to drink too much, and given what time it is, like maybe just a couple drinks until then and you should be okay.
Yeah, so Kyle's going to do that. He's not going to get, wasted, but he's going to have like a couple drinks just to, not even like about tipsy, I would say.
Okay. Well, if you're just going to be doing this until later, I want you to roll me an endurance check,
Gotcha.
because there's pacing yourself, and then there's like just your body being able to pace. Okay, yeah, you do pretty good.
All right, nice.
But as you guys, what's
Really,
that?
go ahead and take a drink. Demosaurus got it for everyone.
Not this one. As he reaches out and grabs a bottle real quick, and just slides it over to himself.
Not that one, but the other ones.
Yeah, she just picks up a glass, looks at it, and then takes a small sip.
Okay, so you pour yourself a glass.
Yeah.
Pretty good wine.
It's funny because like she's probably the only one drinking out of a glass. We're probably all taking it out of the bottle.
For the most part, Demosaurus just drinks wine out of a bottle, and so far, 90% of the times that you guys have asked for bottles of wine, you've yet to ask for a glass.
Yep.
Demosaurus and Sin tends to get glasses every once in a while, and Sin can make glasses. So
Never gets a glass.
just a funny thing, you guys just don't drink out of glasses. When you guys get an ale is in a mug, but the bottles of wine, anytime, yeah, you guys are just straight in wine drinking it right out of the bottle, which is not like a crazy thing. Like a lot of rural village people, like they don't have like a lot of dinnerware, so if they get wine, it's just usually out of the bottle.
That's why I do a cider drink out of the bottle. It's good. But no, it's like she just pours out a glass and like sips it slowly, and as she's getting used to the taste, she does it a bit more.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay. Nat, what are you doing?
Yeah, just sitting there thinking with the thoughts.
Actually, where's that? Is she at the bar still?
Yeah,
Yep.
she's still at the bar.
Okay.
But you guys sit down. Some of you drinking, some of you eating. When you guys hear the door open and Corn and Sin come in. It's about an hour after Ruia came in.
Hey guys, kind of waits to both of them.
Sin kind of waves like, okay. And Cletus, did you get
Hello.
the gold amount for the thingy?
What did you agree on? Like 750?
Huh?
How much gold was it? I didn't get an amount from you.
No. I was talking about the. You said you were going to check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 1,000. I didn't actually write it down. I thought I did,
Okay.
but I didn't. I'm
Okay.
like 99% sure it was 1,000.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just do. Let me see. That would be
750 plus the 600.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's
Okay.
just do the flat 700. So 700 and 600. You guys, 1,300.
Okay.
So 1,300 total.
Yeah, that's 100. If you guys are splitting it up right now,
Yeah.
that is going to be 185 gold.
1 sec.
Finally, money!
Yeah. That's broke. Ruia doesn't. I don't know if Ruia knows that yet or not.
No.
And
Okay.
7 silver
Okay.
and 2 copper.
Yay.
Nice.
Sin puts on the money, divides it up. You guys get all your money. Damasaries just grabs it and slides it into his coin purse. And Sin looks over at you, Corn. He's like, "Okay, let's get this over with."
Okay, lead the way.
Sin, real quick.
What do you need?
Do you mind if I have my bag back?
Oh yeah, and he throws it at your face.
Garrett catches it.
It's very light and whimsy as he throws it. Like he throws it with intent to hit you in your face, but it's Sin throwing something, so it's like
Eh.
not that great.
Yeah, so he just puts it back on. Thanks.
No worries. And Sin goes up to the room.
Can I just check real quick to see if everything's there? He's not gonna pull it out, but he's just gonna.
I mean, you remember you have to pull things out to know they're there.
Okay, just like slightly pull it out.
You go through and your stuff's there.
Okay, cool. But then he just puts it back.
Okay. And Damon Sayers is like, huh. Those two are being really secretive.
Yeah.
I was gonna go up and write letters to my family back home anyway. If you guys want me to just check on them.
Oh, hey, Nat.
Oh, hey, hey, comrade. Gives a wave to him.
You're kind of spending your time by yourself at the bar there. I was just wondering where you at.
Just lost in some thoughts.
Okay.
Damon
If you're writing letters, tell your family I said hi.
Will do, Cletus.
Same.
Just random cow said hi.
And Damon Sayers is like, I want them to know that I said hi too.
Sure thing, Damon Series. She gets some finger
Yeah.
crossbones.
Let's do a hi from the Onyx Circle there.
You got it. I'll be back.
Damon
I'll be
Series-
back a little bit later.
Damon Sayers pauses. He's like, no, I want mine.
Okay, we'll say Onyx Circle says hi, and then Damon Series says hi. Okay.
He smiles and goes back to eating and drinking.
she heads upstairs.
Bye, Nat.
I'll be back. Goes.
Okay.
Yeah, find the desk.
Corn, first thing you notice when you enter the room is your bed.
Okay.
It is immaculate construction of a Pella Fortress. It is a solid, like this, your Pella Fortress is now standing a good 7 feet off the ground. Yeah, the bed is no longer visible. It is just a mass of pillows at this point, with a cave entrance, like a cup where your, like, bed level was. Do you go check it out?
Yeah, sure. But just real quick.
Okay. You find that it is a completely hollowed out area with multiple rooms.
Ooh.
And you notice on the left that there is a smaller pillow. Wait, where's the smaller pillow? Oh god, where's the smaller pillow? God damn it. Just give me a second. Boop. Boop. I think the smaller pillow was eaten when I fucked up earlier. Yeah, earlier when I said I fucked up and I was fixing something, this is what I was fixing. But your pillow fortress is amazing, big, and it is just all sorts of crazy now.
Quick question. Where did my character go?
It's in the pillow fortress.
I can't click it or anything.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Huh. That is, it is, odd.
Corn
Connor
just
was
disappeared.
consumed by the pillow fortress.
Yeah, Corin's come eaten by the Pillar Fortress.
Pillow mimic.
I was just thinking that.
Okay, I guess. Somehow you got sucked up into the stuff.
Corn's now one with the pillows.
There we go. Okay, just back away from your pillow fortress for a second.
It's dangerous. It eats
It's
people.
dangerous, yeah. Let me grab this and okay, GM layer. Okay. So now, yeah, now you have your little pillow and your little hollowed out areas. So you can use that to as a So now you know what it looks like on the inside and outside. It is amazing. And it's weird. There's such a like the bed area. There's such a small stitched pillowcase inside a small pillow, like perfectly sized for you. And there's a little blanket on it as well. Inside on the bed, inside of a pillow fortress, is a bed with a smaller blanket and pillow for you. It is intricate as fuck.
Bedception.
Yeah, bedception.
As soon as Nat gets up there, she just says hi to them and then just, does what she's gonna do.
It's like Batman, but more comfortable.
Okay. And while you guys are waiting, some of you guys are drinking. Nat, you begin to write your letter. Sin looks at you, Corn, and is like, okay, as we discussed, I will set up the ritual, and then once it begins, I'm just going to need a little bit of your blood, and once the ritual is complete, we will see what entity you call forward. Now, mind you, I've never done this myself because this asshole was just always there, but, it's kind of the luck of the draw. I hope you get lucky.
Be safe, Nat says. Actually, continue to write her letter.
Same to you? Question mark. Letter mimics.
She gives Corn a thumbs up.
But he begins to work on the ritual itself, and once he finishes, his little thingy starts doing this. Starts glowing and all that other good jazz, and he holds out. He's like, "Okay, give me your hand."
Does so?
He cuts it a little bit. You take 1 point of damage.
No.
He holds your hand over the ritual area where he was burning like some mix of different alchemic mixtures of like kind of rare materials like salts, incense, things like that, and your blood splatters over it, and there is a flash, and your vision gets pulled to some unknown place. Nothing but darkness.
Hello? Anybody here?
And your voice just echoes and echoes and echoes. And you hear just a chuckle. And you feel like the whole area that you're in is like something swirling just outside of your view. It's almost like a near black, just void of where you're at. But right where you are, there's a little bit of light. And right on the outside of the light is just something is shifting out there. At first, it just almost feels like the wind. Then you pay attention to it, and you're like, no, there's some massive creature out there that is moving. And the more you pay attention to it, the more you realize its size and mass. And you get the sensation like you were like being stared at by some large monstrosity that is almost infinite in size.
Hey, I'm Corin. What's your name?
You can call me R for now.
Can you spell it for me real quick?
You hear a chuckle.
Nope, I mean...
It's R, the letter R. And your vision comes back to reality, and the flash on the circle like envelopes in this bluish fire. It switches from like a red to a blue fire, and the whole area becomes engulfed. And then as soon as it flares up, there's something standing in the middle.
Corin flies up to it.
Kind of looks around and then turns around.
Hello there, little guy.
Kind of like looks at you, blinks a couple times, like, huh. So this is what I get? Just kind of hoping for a parade or something. So what's your deal?
So, I'm a bard, and I was looking for a nice performance companion.
Well, if you're expecting me to jump through hoops, you could suck my very tiny familiar dick. But, you know, like, if you want to work with me on stuff, that's a different story.
I definitely wouldn't degrade you to some kind of performance animal. We'd be partners.
He kind of sits back on it, like, kind of towards his butt, and he just kind of looks up at you, and you see a faint smile. I can work with that. And he holds out, like, his front limb towards you.
Corin shakes his head.
The name's Mars.
Like the planet or like the kind of sweet?
You have no clue what the planet is. It's Mars, M-A-R-Z.
Ah, okay, Mars.
Yeah, the cool way of saying Mars, or spelling Mars.
I'm Corin White Clover. And what are your thoughts on music?
I'm not dancing to it.
No, I mean, what kind of music do you like? Like more hip hop or
He
just...
kind of like lays down and like kind of puts one like not paw but front leg over the other and kind of just sets his head on top of it and just kind of stares at you. He's like, I've never heard music before, so I guess we'll see.
Ooh, then you're gonna like this. And then Corin starts playing Rainbow Magician.
Give me a second. I'm gonna look that song up because it's
That's
maybe confusing it with something else. And
That-
this entire conversation you do not hear.
Did I hear the magic going on? Like, I think
You saw the ritual and stuff like that, and then there was a flash of the blue fire because it was probably loud. And you look over, and now there's a small lizard-like entity that is at the center of this, and it's making some weird noise towards Corn, and Corn's making some weird noise back, but it sounds like gibberish. It sounds like a language, but it's all gibberish.
Hey, Corin, who's your friend?
He's Mars.
Okay, wait. Which song of Rainbow Man?
The one Corin played retelling the tale of defeating the...
Oh, Rainbow
Ogre.
Man. Got it.
I thought it was Rainbow Magician.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Rainbow Magician, so I was like,
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought there. No, you said Rainbow Man.
Then it
Or
came
it
out
broke
wrong.
up,
Yeah.
I heard Rainbow Man, so it may have been internet issues. Because I literally was on YouTube looking up the song Rainbow Man. I'm like, anyways, yeah. So you begin to play it. Go ahead and give me a musical performance.
Please don't fail me now. What is it?
Okay, it's pretty damn good. And it kind of just sits there and it listens to, everything, and kind of sits up. He's like, "Well, the music sucked, but that was a pretty good story." Sorry, it's just you're a little too dainty with your musical notes. I'm a little heavier than that.
Oh, we can do that. And then Korn changes up his song to to some kind of rock music, like heavier notes and stuff.
Okay. You drop your violin. Shit. What is it called? What is the thingy called? The bow. And you begin to start plucking at the strings, and you kind of like get like a tenacious D sound going on, and it lifts up its head and just kind of starts nodding to it. It's like, oh, this is fun. This is we can I can handle this.
Do I need another musical performance or take the other one?
I was just gonna continue with it.
Okay.
But for everyone that can see it, this is what you guys see on this little circle. Nat, you see it? You guys see that?
Yep. Aw.
Or something similar to this. It's not the final art. And it is a very weird creature. It looks like a lizard, but the back of its head it looks like kind of wavy, and it looks weird. You're not quite sure what's going on with it.
And it has a big frilly neck.
Well, that's what I was talking about. But right now the frills are down, so you can't really tell it's frilled.
I thought you meant the...
Yeah, like the flaps are just... Yeah, it's hard to describe. I'm trying to think of how to describe a frilly neck when it's not frilled out. But that's what you see. It's a frilled lizard that's black and has like this kind of glowing blue eyes. And Korn, you notice like as it was speaking, like when you first saw it, there was like flashes of red on its chest and stuff like that, the tail, like all throughout its body. But then it's gone back to like just mostly a solid black color with like just the faintest bit of blue coming out from the frills. But once you started playing like the second song, like his body started glowing blue and like his eyes started just glowing blue.
Nice.
Ooh.
And then after you stopped, it went back to black.
So today I'm gonna have a little performance, so you can see what you're gonna be working with. And after that we can start seeing what you're capable of, what you want to do. Just...
Okay, I'll sit through your performance, but you need to buy me a drink.
Oh, I will do that. What is it with familiars and drinking alcohol?
I don't know. I've never met another familiar. And he looks over and sees Agumon. Agumon flips him off, and then
Sounds about right.
And then like fucking Mars is just sitting there like, what the? And he just kind of looks back over you. Okay, yeah. So let's get me that drink.
Yeah, I think you don't need it now. And with that, wait. So, one little thing, there is this guy in our group that's kind of scared of lizards.
Oh,
And
we can work with that.
he threw a rock at me.
Oh, we can really work on that.
Oh, you're talking my language. And with
Let me
that...
guess, you want me to pull the big old classic sneaky sneak?
Yep.
I got you, bro.
Now let's do this. And
Okay.
have a nice ring for our future companionship and partnership.
I don't know what you're doing over there, Corn, but have fun.
And just to let you know that is now your token, so you can move it around.
I can't.
Oh, god damn it! Did it not fucking set? Now you can.
Stop lying to me.
It's set up.
I can't click
Oh
it.
wait, I know exactly why. Okay, wait. There we go. Got it. Save changes. Got it. Boom. Yep, I knew I fucked up. There we go. Good there. Good there. Good there. Boom. This is when surprises backfire.
Now it works.
Yep.
Okay.
And as you go to leave, it jumps up on your shoulder, and while it's like mid jumping, it kind of shrinks down a little bit more to fit on you.
Nice.
Basically, what I'm going to be doing is, since passive mode familiars basically rest on you, and you know it can't keep up with you, I'm allowing it to shrink down to your size when it's in passive mode. But as soon as it goes to active mode, it goes back to the regular familiar size, which is still a small lizard. Well, tiny
Hey,
lizard.
So, the asshole that just flipped you off, he can change into a giant thing with the ritual to ride on? Think you can do that too with the riot help?
We're gonna have to talk about that, buddy. You're kind of pushing it. I just met you.
Oh.
This is kind of awkward. You're asking to ride. Let's, pump the brakes there.
Not off. Just asking if you could, because like.
We'll talk about it. Just not now. You have not
Hey,
in.
I just met you.
And this is crazy. He wants to ride me, but you're also riding me.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you're right now. You're definitely the one looking cooler, so I'll allow it.
And he immediately jumps off your shoulder and starts climbing up the wall.
And Corin just.
And he just clings. He climbs up the wall, and he just is waiting. He's waiting to strike.
Now it says to Sin. Oh, Sin, what have you done?
Corin moves up to the group.
Corin, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
For the lizard, right?
Yes.
Hey, Cor, how's it going?
Okay. What's your passive perception, Cletus?
He
That
made,
beats it.
Was that?
And
Beat it?
I said, yeah.
Okay. Cletus, you notice something climbing up your leg.
I look down.
You look down, and as you're looking at your knee, a small lizard is now cresting over it. A tiny lizard. And it just stops and it stares at you. And in this frozen moment, there's just a long pause. And then it goes, "Rah!" as its frill goes out. And it starts running up your leg at full speed.
Should I roll an intimidate for that, or?
I think Cletus has to roll a wisdom save for that.
I mean, Cletus, do you have a response to it? Okay, so you stand up and okay, you go to attack it. I don't believe that beats its AC, so you end up punching your own leg. You take 14 points of damage as now the lizard is making its way up your chest and towards your head.
Cletus, what the hell are you
Now
doing?
Now I need you to roll a wisdom check because this lizard is now approaching your face and you just completely missed it. This untouchable lizard. Okay, you just miss it. You are now scared and freaked the fuck out.
So wait, do we see the lizard or is he just freaking out?
Honestly, go ahead and roll me. Or what's your passive perception?
20.
It beats it, so no, you don't see the lizard.
Cletus, what the hell's going on? He just sees Cletus like, what the fuck out?
Motherfucker!
Told you, completely crazy.
It's just like looking up after like eating a meal. She's like, "What? This is normal. This is normal."
No, this is normal.
Really?
Corn, out from under the table, you see a newly familiar face just kind of look up at you and give you a thumbs up.
Thumbs up back. So, the strangest thing happened just now. I met like the coolest guy ever.
Yeah,
Thanks
what's
for the-
up? As he climbs on the table. And he just runs across the table, knocking over drinks, food, like he just, and then he runs underneath the table and comes back over the other side again. Like screaming the whole way. Like, what's up?
Oh, please don't make me into this meme.
And he just stops there and sits at the edge of the table and just kind of looks at the rest of you.
I swear to God.
This is normal. This is just normal. She's just gonna keep repeating that over and over again.
Cat Mara? Lady Cat, I need one of your finest. What do you drink? Ale? Wine?
Oh, I mean, you know, I'm a slow age bourbon man myself, but I'll take some wine.
I'll take your second best wine you have. Sorry, I'm not made of money.
He's like,
But if
second best. That's gonna be about I think it's 1,500 gold.
fifth best.
That's gonna net you about $100.
Doll
What the
hairs?
fuck is a dollar?
What was that?
You said dollars.
What?
Oh, 100 gold. Sorry.
Yep. Corin gives her the 100 gold.
Okay, she brings over a pretty damn fine bottle of wine. Yeah.
And two fine glasses as well.
Okay, you get these 2 glasses and you'll be happy.
Meh, probably.
She sets down the glasses and walks away. She's in a huff. She's kind of busy.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Tip us later.
Fucking asshole.
You
Nat,
started it.
Nat
Oh,
giggles.
I did it. You did.
Nat giggles and says over the the earrings, "Is like, hey guys, did you see Corn's new friend?"
Yeah, we did.
Just a couple seconds too late.
I didn't want to spoil it, so I waited.
Cletus is just in a seething rage.
Wouldn't he
Intimidated
get disadvantage
asshole.
too?
And
Wouldn't
Demissaries is going to stand up and slam his fist down on the table. First off, he is going to use a shout of terror, so a loud echoing scream echoes throughout the tavern. Mechanically, you guys are all slowed out of fear. So you guys are like, oh shit. And he is going to immediately roll intimidate. Okay. Okay, that is a 29.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that beats it.
Yep.
Oh, he's not. This is not directed at Cletus. This is at all of them.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Do we hear from upstairs?
I'm gonna say yes. You do hear that.
Over the earring, Nat says, "What's going on down there?"
And then he pauses, and he's like, "I need to poop," and he runs right past you guys and up the stairs.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
Yeah, Kyle's gonna want to do that too because that seemed kind of
Yeah, I'm gonna
out
do
of
that.
nowhere.
As well. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, it's weird. Maria, you don't really know him that much to really. You don't know if he was acting. You don't know if it was. I mean, it seemed pretty serious and like real. So,
Yeah.
it seemed like a bit much for a joke, but you really don't know. But he immediately snapped from that to like, I gotta poop, and back to his normal
Yeah.
self.
Yeah. I think he's mad. I mean, I don't know, but that was, kind of crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of been a bit much for a day, so I'm gonna kind of step aside from here. I'm gonna take a nap till the tournament happens.
Cletus, truce for now.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you guys gotta calm things down a bit. It's getting a little hectic.
Just keep that thing away from me, whatever it's.
I have a
is.
name, thank you very much.
I'm sorry, but I don't know your name yet.
Also,
Thank
you
you,
don't,
Cletus.
you
Yeah,
don't
I was about to
understand the
say.
thing he's saying.
I don't.
No. When he was making the "was up," all it was like like a lizard, weird, crazy noise, like jumbled language as he's running around the table. I was just translating for corn.
No.
His
Just
name
keep it away
is
from me,
Mars,
please.
and
Okay.
he's not it. Just be nice. He's not gonna
Mhm.
hurt you.
And he continues to stand up, give like finger crossbows to Cletus, and he's gonna do a backflip off the table. He does. He does an amazing backflip right off the table.
All right, behave, you two or you three. He kind of goes back to his room.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go back to my room as well. It's like, Oh.
So, what time is it right now?
It's honestly like maybe 2 hours until the fight. Maybe.
Yeah, Kyle's gonna take a quick hour nap.
Okay. And
What time
but
is it now?
As, it's probably around like 5-ish, 4-ish, 5-ish. But hold up, because as you guys were making your way upstairs, the front door opened,
Okay.
okay.
and in walks a whole big group of people. Yep. And they immediately walk over to the group that's already sitting. And I'm just gonna throw them where they end up so I don't have to move all these all at once.
Did I finish my letter? Because I actually wanted to try and send that before this thing.
Yes.
Okay. And before she goes, tries to go to Valmar to send it, she jokingly says to Sin, "So, when do I get one?"
And he looks at you, he's like, trust me, you don't want one.
Fair enough. she goes downstairs.
Okay.
With the letters.
I'll say that you're coming down the stairs as these people are walking in. But just to let you guys know, these are people that you see.
Okay.
I will show you the first 3 people that are at the front.
So, Edgelord, Golden Lizard, and Pirate Turtle.
What you are seeing is a very beautiful Eladin. A about 6'5", 6'6". He's kind of hunched over. Shelled creature. You don't know what the hell it is. It's missing an eye, has scars all over its body. And the other one is a dragonborn that is about 7 foot tall, just a massive muscle, and his tendril parts that come out the back of his head are like kind of taped up, or not taped up, like kind of tied up like dreads. And they all look tough as fuck, scary, and they are followed by this person and this person. First one is a red dragonborn. Looks kind of similar to the gold one and like his armor and setup. The other one is a mysterious short red-headed human. It's kind of weird because he kind of looks like he's dwarf, but he's way too tall to be a dwarf. But he's also, it's weird. He almost looks like a mix between a dwarf and a human. But he is very athletic, very strong looking. They all walk in with just an air of just confidence and dignity, and they all walk through followed by an entourage of other people. There's a female carrying a spear, another golden dragonborn, a dwarf with a large hammer, and they all walk over here to join the guards that were already sitting over there, and the guards move, get up, walk over to this table as they take this one.
Well, good thing I'm on the entertainment for today.
Yeah, Rory's gonna wait for all those people to pass, and as soon as they pass, she's just gonna go past, like, super quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as the doors close and Nat, you're going out.
Yep.
You see this person who is following up right behind them. And after she passes Nat, you all see her as well. She is about 6'7", 6'8". For some of you guys, you might not know what this is until you roll for it.
I guess I'll roll for it.
Nature.
Yep.
This woman has some really big teeth.
Yeah, as well.
You guys recognize this as an orc.
Fair.
Maria, you're like, whoa, big, large green person. I think I've heard about those before. Orcs.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys, you understand that orcs are a very powerful warlike race. They can cause lots of problems wherever they are. They're usually never too civil. Some, orcish groups and races and tribes are very wild and crazy and will just rape, pillage, and go from one place to the next following a dark god. But others can be a little bit more civilized and, like living in just regular towns, doing regular work. It's not like a completely ostracized race for being what they are. But some people may give them, like a second or third look.
Okay. Kind of right after, he's just gonna continue on how he was. Go to his room, lay down for a little bit.
Yeah, it's like Rory heads to her room as well, and I starts writing in her journal.
Okay. Cletus, you watch as she walks up over to here. Trey kind of does a shoulder nod in recognition, and she immediately goes back through here, and peeks through the back door of the squawking box, looks around, notices something, and gets a happy kind of surprised face and runs into the back door.
Wait, isn't Trey also an orc?
Yes.
So wouldn't we have known that she's an orc?
We haven't seen a lady one.
Some of you guys never asked if he was an orc.
Oh.
Well, we also saw that one in the raid as well.
That is the same. Some of you guys didn't roll very well previously, so I was giving you guys kind of a not a second chance, but like you guys have learned, you guys have seen a lot, you guys have heard stuff. So for those who failed previous, you guys will now know, like, oh, that's an orc.
No.
I mean, this is mostly for Ruia, anyways. And Cletus, what are you doing?
I'm heading over to them.
They are also surrounded by a couple Lattes guards, and as soon as you approach, the Lattes guard stops you. Like
Sorry, guys.
you probably got to about here before he stopped you.
Okay. I just want to say hi to everyone and introduce myself.
Sorry. These are guests of Mayor Ravon and guests of Lattes. We can't have you approach.
Okay.
But it went so well last time.
Just turn back around. Head back to my seat.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Cletus. Okay. You notice that a few of these people are wearing similar types of armor. Like the Dragonborns all have like a similar look to them, and there's like a symbol on them. The turtle has a symbol on him in armor matching some of the guards that were previously here. The ones that you talked to. He matches with them. This lady with the spear has a different symbol on her, and the elf has a different symbol on him. Each of their uniforms are very similar, but different colors, shadings, and like kind of type. But the golden dragonborn that first came in, the turtle, and the red dragonborn and the human, quote unquote, and the elf all have very amazing armor. They look very regal. You get the sense that these are probably pretty big shots. And they're being escorted by Lattes guards.
Okay. Just wants to introduce himself.
When Cletus comes back, Corn pours him a glass of wine.
Okay. And as you guys are discussing that, you see Lady Cat and the Orcish woman walk out of the back, and she points over towards the corner. And you watch as the Orcish woman passes by and writes her name on the sheet.
Ooh, I'm getting excited.
And she goes back over to Lady Cat, and they go back in the back room again.
Who do you think would win, her or Pain?
Pain.
Yeah, no one can stop the pain train.
And
I slide the glass of wine back over to, what's his name, Mars? Thanks, Corn, but not till after the fight.
Okay, sure. Corin will make sure that Mars doesn't drink more than like one glass.
Oh, he's already on his second glass.
Does Corin feel anything?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Nope.
Okay. So, Arcana check to see if it just works differently from Sin?
Yes. Okay. Sin talked to you a bit more about the arcane familiar. Each one is unique, and the bond that the familiar and its source keeper have is very different from each person. So just as many as there are many familiars with different personalities, and they're masters. Same with the bonds. So it's kind of a crapshoot of what you got to deal with.
Okay.
It's random as fuck. Some like to say it's tied to who you are and your essence. Other people just say it's just luck of the draw.
You have to put up with another you. That's a drawback.
He's not me. He's me on crack.
Okay, and as you guys are discussing this, Sin comes down, walks over to the board, signs his name, and immediately walks back upstairs. Nat, as you are doing this, you go to leave the tavern, and you see a lot of people starting to approach the squawking box. And by the time you make it to the market, you realize that most things are closed up.
Ah!
You make your way over to Valmart, and it is closed.
You have one job, Val! You
There
have
is
one job!
There is a sign on the front, "See you at the fight."
Ah! Crap. Just stomps her foot and then just go back to the tavern.
Okay. And as that is happening, Corn and Cletus, you guys notice as more and more people are starting to enter the squawking box. You do see the Weltons come in. You see Melanodius with a girl in each of his arms. You see a few of the guards that you guys have gotten to notice and, visually become familiar with. Guards, a few families. Eventually Val comes in, and the place is starting to fill up. And then Nat, you make your way back in as well.
Nat goes to put the letters back, and then she'll head right back downstairs.
Okay.
So is it about
And-
time for the fight?
Well, you're asleep.
Yeah, I said you would lay down for a bit.
Yeah.
Now go wake him up after she puts the letters away.
Okay, you wake him up.
Yep.
Okay. You get woken up by Nat.
Oh, wow. A little drowsy there. Is it about time for the fight?
Just about.
Thanks.
No problem.
Gets up and starts heading down.
Okay. And as you guys are walking down, you see Damasaries exiting the bathroom, holding his stomach.
How you doing there, Damasaris?
Oh man, that was a monster of a fucking deuce. Or shit.
Nat's just
So,
thinking. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess eating
Well-
10 pounds of deer wasn't the best of ideas.
Probably not, but what was that scream about?
Oh, I don't know. Stuff.
Insight check real quick.
Sure.
And 1 sec.
Does Corin hear this as well?
No, this is like right upstairs.
Okay.
No,
You don't know.
Nat's looking at your
Alright.
familiar.
Yeah, you guys watch as Damasaries, Nat, and Conrad come down. And
Ma.
shortly after that, Sin makes his way down. And as soon as he gets there, he's like, aren't we missing someone?
Ria?
Rio's not down here. I'll go get her.
Let Demissary scatter. She seems a bit more at ease with him, and she was kinda on edge when she went up.
Fair enough.
That's true.
If you can do it, big guy.
He's like, yeah. I know, because I'm so awesome.
Yeah, that's the problem with being the nice guy. That's why I'm not the nice guy.
And eventually you hear a knock on your door, Ruia.
She just goes to open it, like, hello?
It's Damasaries. He's like, you coming down? Gonna watch me punch some people? It'll be really fun.
There's a lot of people downstairs, so it sounds like it's gonna be busy. It's probably.
We'll just
Best.
hang out in the corner with us.
I don't know. What sort of check do I need to do to see whether curiosity's gotten the better of me? I think we did wisdom last time. Don't know.
No, I'm not gonna let this. No, this is not a. This is. Are you curious?
I was like, she's curious about the film, but she, like, also wants
Okay,
to
then-
hide. Really
Then you're
indecisive.
curious. You just have to decide whether that outweighs your wanting to hide. You know that he was trying to, or he was gonna cover you up, and like you're sitting back in the corner. So
Hmm.
I'm making you make a decision on this.
Damn it.
Do,
And
do, do,
Damus
do,
Aries
do.
begins to turn away. He's like, okay, well, we'll be downstairs. You might
Okay.
want to hurry up if you're going to be hiding with us.
Say in the corner.
Yeah, in the corner. Let's go.
Okay. And she's
He
just
begins to
gonna.
walk.
Yeah, it's like as fast as that. Just hide in the corner. Gonna go.
Okay, you guys watch as Damus Aries
He's
and
being
Ruria
extra
come down.
sneaky. He's being extra sneaky.
And eventually you guys see the normal fight arena attendee or announcer walks over and waves to Lady Cat like over the crowd, and she waves at him and he makes his way over there. And he begins to walk by the stage, and he kind of starts eyeing through the crowd. Looks over and sees you, Corn, and he gestures to come over to him.
Yep, Corin comes over.
Knock him dead, Corin.
Okay. As soon as you get close, he kind of like leans into you. He's like, "Okay, this is how we're gonna do it." Lady Cat said that you got the music down. Basically, after the announcements and the first fight starts, you're gonna just play music in between. Sound good? And then after
Yep.
the fighting, you can play throughout the night.
Sounds good.
I totally want Corn to play Thunderstruck at the beginning.
Sorry, we can't afford the copyright for that. So,
Aww.
That was actually one of the few ideas that I had for the fight music.
Yay!
you can only sing like 5 notes, but then you got to stop after that. Okay. But he begins to like look at the crowd, and this is the most packed you've seen the Squawking Box. Every table is filled to the brim. There are people just standing. All seats are taken. Felton keeps pulling out chairs from the back and bringing them into the main area. And as soon as he brings out 2 chairs, they're immediately filled up. And he gets Trey to help him, and they roll out 4 chairs. They immediately get taken up. And they're just like, it never ends. And basically everyone that you've come to see and recognize in town, the Dwarven brothers, the Welton, the entire family, Melanodius and his 2 dates. You see everyone here, except Mayor Ravon. You don't see the Platinum Band, but everyone else pretty much in town is here.
And no low wire.
Yeah, no low wire. Okay. And eventually, once it's almost like a packed crowd in here, the announcer takes center stage. And he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a wonderful event planned. It is time for the yearly Latesque fighting competition. As many of you know, many people who have set foot in this ring and have won have made their way to Throgramir or Nur Oasis to fight in their battle arenas as well. They become famous all throughout Elois, and your name will forever be etched into our history. So, without further ado, I think we should see who is going to be fighting." And he like kind of riles up the crowd, and everyone's cheering. And he walks over, and this whole time he's had like a rolled up piece of paper in his hand. And he stands back and unfurls the paper and begins to start like reading it. And you see his mouth muttering. And as soon as he does that, he throws the paper in the air. It catches on fire.
Ooh.
And the fire starts to swirl throughout the air and begins to carve out letters and shapes. It takes a moment before you're able to fully realize what it is saying, but clearly you guys recognize it as a somewhat bracket setup with very familiar and unfamiliar names written on it. It is blah 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 blah. Where the hell is it? View. There it is. Duh, it was called Fighting Bracket, silly. This is what you guys see, but in blue, and it's all fancy and fiery.
What?
Maybe there's some other names not sure.
Maybe.
Nat winks at Connor.
And as it begins to fade, you hear talking coming from the one bar. And walking up behind you guys, or not really behind you guys, but kind of approaching towards the wall that you guys see. You see the large orcish woman kind of like nodding in approval, and she starts looking around for potentially who she's fighting. She's eyeing up basically the people sitting in the corner and your guys' table. It's pretty clear with what you guys have seen that she's entering this competition. And you watch as the golden dragonborn and the red dragonborn and the red-headed haired human dwarf guy begin to stand up and like make their way to like kind of like stretching, getting ready and stuff like that, and you get the sense that those two may also be fighters. And the announcer, well, there you have it, folks. Our brackets have been chosen, and if you're going to be fighting, get ready to rumble, and all of you watching, I hope you enjoy. Let's begin. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay. This will be interesting.
Cletus. Aww. Well, I mean, it's 9:52, okay? If we start this now, we're going to be playing till like 2 in the fucking morning, okay?
Yeah, I know. I know we're gonna get to it.
I know, but, you know, now you know, like, as soon as we start next week, you're going right into the bracket. How do you guys like that bracket?
It works.
Yeah, I rolled the D8 to figure out who got what slot.
I'm sorry, Conrad.
Yeah, and I had backups just in case, like you guys didn't join, but, yeah. At first, when I first made the thing, before I knew Conrad was fighting, I was like, wow, no one gets to fight anyone in the party, you know, and when I replaced Conrad with the, you know, the ranger character, I'm like, well, he had this slot, so that means that's what slot Conrad gets.
I was gonna punch the pretty boy.
Oh, no, not that ranger.
Oh, geez.
No. Maynard is not that ranger that you saw walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would happily make him caught those fists.
Just so you know, if we ever own our own establishment, we have to call it the Mars Bar.
Nice.
What was that?
Did you say Mars Bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice name. Nice name.
I mean, it's kind of hard to compete with Squawking Box, though, man. They got their own hook, for Christ's sake.
I just could point out that Maria's probably like just sitting really close to the wall, shaking. She's never seen this many people in her.
Yeah, it is. When the crowd was cheering, like you could feel the room rumbling. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense. And you guys literally have all of the test watching. Okay, go ahead and end the stream, Nat.